Jacob, ready ka na ba para sa ating fast break, fast talk?
Ready na, ready.
Okay, sige. Ito, coffee o juice?
Coffee.
Wine or beer?
Beer.
Text o tawag?
Tawag.
Kotse o motor?
Motor.
Rewind or fast forward?
Fast forward.
Six-pack o big belly?
Six-pack.
Bundok o beach?
Beach.
Maging bida o kontrabida?
Bida, syempre.
Boxer or brief?
Boxer.
Matamis o maalat?
Matamis.
Meat or vegetables?
Meat.
Beauty or brains?
Brains.
Morena o mestiza?
Morena.
Petite or matangkad?
Matangkad.
Demure or athletic?
Demure, demure.
Tommy, are you ready? Fast break, fast talk.
Yes, of course. I'm ready.
Coffee or juice?
Coffee.
Wine or beer?
Beer.
Text or call?
Text.
Kotse o motor?
Kotse.
Rewind or fast forward?
Fast forward.
Six-pack o big belly?
Six-pack.
Bundok or beach?
Beach.
Maging bida o kontrabida?
Bida.
Boxer or brief?
Brief.
Matamis o maalat?
Matamis.
Meat or vegetables?
Meat.
Beauty or brains?
Brains.
Morena o mestiza?
Morena.
Petite or matangkad?
Petite.
Demure or athletic?
Athletic.
Coffee o juice?
Coffee.
Wine or beer?
Beer.
Text o tawag?
Text.
Kotse o motor?
Motor na lang.
Rewind or fast forward?
Rewind.
Six-pack o big belly?
Big belly na lang.
Bundok o beach?
Beach, syempre.
Maging bida o kontrabida?
Kontrabida.
Boxer or brief?
Boxer.
Matamis o maalat?
Matamis. Matamis.
Meat or vegetables?
Meat.
Beauty or brains?
Brains.
Morena o mestiza?
Mestiza.
Petite or matangkad?
Petite.
Demure or athletic?
Athletic na.
Coffee or juice?
Juice.
Wine or beer?
Beer.
Text or call?
Text.
Kotse o motor?
Motor.
Rewind or fast forward?
Rewind.
Six-pack or big belly?
Big belly.
Bundok or beach?
Beach.
Maging bida o kontrabida?
Kontrabida.
Boxer or brief?
Boxer.
Matamis or maalat?
Matamis.
Meat or vegetables?
Meat.
Beauty or brains?
Brains.
Morena o mestiza?
Mestiza.
Petite or matangkad?
Matangkad.
Demure or athletic?
Athletic.
Coffee o juice?
Coffee.
Wine or beer?
Wine.
Text o tawag?
Tawag.
Kotse o motor?
Kotse.
Rewind or fast forward?
Rewind.
Six-pack o big belly?
Big belly.
Bundok o beach?
Bundok.
Maging bida o kontrabida?
Maging bida.
Boxer or brief?
Boxer.
Matamis o maalat?
Matamis.
Meat o vegetable?
Meat.
Beauty o brains?
Both.
Morena o mestiza?
Mestiza.
Petite or matangkad?
Petite.
Demure or athletic?
Demure.
Okay, thank
Thank you.
you.
Narito na ang top 10 plays nitong nakarang linggo sa NCAA Season 97 Men's Basketball. Simulan natin sa number 10, JL De Los Santos ng JRU. Nagpakita ng matinding depensa. Namangha si Andre Felix at Papa Bear.
Chase down, block! Kala ko breakaway na eh.
Dito naman sa number 9, Will Gozum umatake mula sa 3-point line, umikot, bumitin sa ere at naipasok ang tira.
Time and hitting the shot. Binomba pa sa taas.
Here at number 8, yes, Martin and Mikey, you guys are right on. Kasama nga itong pasa ni Ralph Penuela sa ating countdown.
From Penuela.
Tama naman, nakita niya doon. Dito niya pinasa sa kapila. What a pass there.
Sa number 7, Renz Nocom humingi ng clear out para maipakita ang kanyang malupit na footwork sa hardcourt.
Nokum, the spin, the shot, the hoop for Renz. Grabe naman yung pihit na yun. Akala ko pagyapang nabitawan yung bola. Tira pala talaga niya yun.
At number 6, Kenneth Villapando rides his bike as he skies through the air for the baseline basket.
Mando, ooh, with the athletic move. 16th point of the game.
For our number 5 play, the best shooting guard in the NCAA, James Kwekute, showing us Exhibit A on how to attack the basket with authority.
Nung nag-player of the game sa last game, di ba tinanong natin, when will James be?
Para naman sa number 4, kalma lang. Si JM na ang bahala. Nagpaulan ng tres, si Giannis Antetokounmpo sa laban ng Golden Stags kontra JRU.
Calma fires another three. Yes! Calma, will it be another three? Bang! Okay, Calma here. Meantime,
Ayan na,
three.
ayan na.
Beat the shot clock.
At number 3, Mr. Fantastic drops not 1, not 2, but 3 3-point bombs in the clutch to end the winning ways of the EAC Generals.
After maibaba, another one! Mr. Fantastic!
Para sa ating number 2 play, ito na kaya ang inaabangan nating Fran Yu to Renz Abando alley-oop? Talagang binibitin tayo ng dalawa. Pero thank you, Fran Yu pa rin. At okay, bumuelo pala ng konti si Renz, guys. Pero sobrang konti lang, walang dribble. And for our number 1 play, how about Renz Abando with another one? Renz Abando with the block of the season. Enough said. Abangan ang iba pang mga awesome plays mula sa ating mga collegiate basketball superstars sa pagpapatuloy ng NCAA Season 97.
Olivario puts it up driving and scoring off the glass.
Mga kapuso, ngayon na tapos na ang elimination round ng men's basketball, silipin natin kung sino-sino sa inyong mga paboritong manlalaro ang bumida sa iba't ibang statistical categories sa NCAA Season 97.
As Calma putting on the moves on Arana.
I like this matchup between Calma and Arana first.
Pagdating sa scoring, numero 1 ang power forward ng San Sebastian College Recoletos Golden Stags na si JM Calma.
Puts it on the floor. Fake, turns, fires, and scores!
16.9 points kada laro ang naitala ng Giannis ng Baste sa kanyang huling taon bilang collegiate athlete.
Boy, clear out! Ito na.
Saplan! Could not tie it. Arana!
Sa rebounding naman, walang kasing lakas at tibay ni Justin Arana ng Arellano University Chiefs na nakakakuha ng 17.1 boards per outing. Siyak na makakatulong ito sa MVP campaign ng pinakadominanteng sentro sa larangan ng collegiate basketball dito sa Pilipinas.
Puts it on the floor. Navarro. Oh, what a pass to Remulla. GG! Wow!
When it comes to assists, nobody is more generous than Renzo Navarro of the LPU Pirates, who tallied 4.7 assists per contest in his final year in the league.
Oh, there's a steal from the birthday boy, Doromal.
Another Arellano Chief earned the top spot in another statistical category at the end of the elimination round. AU's Axel Doromal is at the top of the list when it comes to steals, averaging 2.1 per game.
They have the condition to play this way. Arana with the rejection.
At pagdating naman sa blocks, numero 1 ulit si Justin Arana. Ang 6'7" big man na tubong Camarines Norte ay nakakapagtala ng 2.9 blocks kada laro para sa kanyang kupunan.
Turns, fires, and scores!
Silipin natin muli ang mga naghari sa bawat statistical category ngayong elimination round ng NCAA Season 97 Men's Basketball. Congratulations to all the players who topped the charts. But the action on the hard court will only get higher from here and reach even greater heights as we move closer to crowning a champion for the tournament. Keep it right here on GTV for the continuing live and exclusive coverage of NCAA Season 97. Stronger together, buo ang puso.
Iba-iba tayong mga Pilipino. Magkakaiba tayo ng pinanggalingan.
Matatagpuan tayo saan man sa mundo.
Magkakaiba tayo ng estado sa buhay.
Magkakaiba tayo ng salita.
At kulay sa politika.
Pero magkakatulad ang pangarap natin.
Para sa Pilipinas
at sa bawat Pilipino, disente at ligtas na buhay.
At magandang kinabukasan.
Nasa ating lahat ang responsibilidad.
Sa bawat kandidato.
sa bawat botante at sa mga tagapagbalitang gagabay sa desisyon ng mamamayan.
Para makamit ang pangarap ng ating minamahal na bayan.
Kaya ngayong eleksyon, maging tapat, mapanuri at patas.
Sa isip, sa salita at sa gawa.
Lahat tayo
Dapat totoo.
The GMA News and Public Affairs Election 2022 Advocacy.
Ang GMA at GTV ihatid ang walang pati ng pagbabantay sa boto ng Pilipino. Simula May 9 hanggang tanghaling tapat ng May 10, tutukan ang eleksyon 2022 sa GMA. Mula sa unang bugso ng balita hanggang sa bilangan ng boto. Sa GTV, walang pati ng pagtutok sa eleksyon mula May 9 hanggang May 10. Sa Double B TV, Regional TV News, Newscast at sa komprehensibong Eleksyon 2022 coverage.
The biggest election coverage from GMA News and Public Affairs. Ito ang Eleksyon 2022.
Ang GMA at GTV.
Ikinararangal ko pong ihandog sa inyo ang GMA News and Public Affairs Advocacy para sa eleksyon 2022 para sa patas at matalinong desisyon sa mga susunod nating iluluklok sa pwesto. Ako po ang inyong kapuso, Mike Enriquez. Ngayong eleksyon 2022, ang buong sambayanang Pilipino dapat totoo.
Noong eleksyon 2019, ang ating panawagan at panata, pusuan ang totoo. Kaya lumibot tayo sa iba't ibang panig ng bansa para ipakilala at isulong ang mga katangian ng kandidatong totoo.
Ngayong eleksyon 2022 sa harap ng hamon na ibangon ang ating bayan, lahat tayo, ang mga kandidato, ang mga botante at ang pagbabalitang gagabay sa bayan, dapat totoo.
Ang mga tatakbo, dapat totoo.
Totoong may paninindigan para sa tama. Dapat patapat, hindi magnanakaw o tiwali.
Totoong may plataforma at konkretong solusyon sa mga isyong dapat tugunan.
Magpapakatotoo sa kanilang mandato at totoo ang hangad na makapaglingkod.
Hindi personal na kapakanan ang itataguyod.
At dahil nasa atin ang responsibilidad,
Na iboto ang karapat-dapat na kandidato.
Ang paninindigan ng mga botanteng Pilipino.
dapat totoo. Magsaliksik tungkol sa kandidatong susuportahan. Alamin ang kanilang track record.
At huwag basta maniwala.
Sa sabi ng iba o ng mga tumatakbo.
Himayin ang kanilang mga plano.
At suriin ang mga proyektong kanilang isinusulong.
Pahalagahan, bigyang dangal, at ipaglaban ang boto. Huwag magpabayad sa sino mang kandidato.
Tumulong sa pagpapalaganap ng katotohanan.
At huwag magkakalat ng fake news.
Ang GMA News and Public Affairs sa pagbabalita ngayong eleksyon, mananatiling totoo.
Walang takot na ihahayag ang mga problema ng lipunan para mamulat ng mga kandidato at botante sa totoong kalagayan ng bayan.
Ang mga ibabalita, walang itatago. Lahat dadaan sa masusing pagsisiyasat. Lahat ng panig, pakikinggan at bibigyang boses.
Totoong pagbabantay ang gagawin. Susuriin ang mga plataforma at posisyon ng mga kandidato sa iba't ibang issue.
Para magabayan ang mga Pilipino sa paggawa ng desisyong mahalaga sa ating kinabukasan.
Ang ating pagbabalita, noon at higit pa sa ngayon, walang kikilingan, walang poprotektahan, walang kasinungalingan.
Ngayong eleksyon 2022, ang mga kandidato, ang mga botante.
Atla Olivario puts it up still, driving and scoring off the glass.
Mga kapuso, ngayon na tapos na ang elimination round ng men's basketball, silipin natin kung sino-sino sa inyong mga paboritong manlalaro ang bumida sa iba't ibang statistical categories sa NCAA Season 97.
As Calma putting on the moves on Arana.
I like this matchup between Calma and Arana first.
Pagdating sa scoring, numero 1 ang power forward ng San Sebastian College Recoletos Golden Stags na si JM Calma.
Puts it on the floor, fake, turns, fires, and scores!
16.9 points kada laro ang naitala ng Giannis ng Baste sa kanyang huling taon bilang collegiate athlete.
Boy, clear out! Ito na!
Saplan! Could not tie it. Arana!
Sa rebounding naman, Walang kasing lakas at tibay ni Justin Arana ng Arellano University Chiefs na nakakakuha ng 17.1 boards per outing. Siyak na makakatulong ito sa MVP campaign ng pinakadominanteng sentro sa larangan ng collegiate basketball dito sa Pilipinas.
Puts it on the floor, Navarro. Oh, what a pass to Remulla. GG! Wow!
When it comes to assists, nobody is more generous than Renzo Navarro of the LPU Pirates, who tallied 4.7 assists per contest in his final year in the league.
Oh, there's a steal from the birthday boy, Doromal.
Another Arellano Chief earned the top spot in another statistical category at the end of the elimination round. AU's Axel Doromal is at the top of the list when it comes to steals, averaging 2.1 per game.
They have the condition to play this way. Arana with the rejection.
At pagdating naman sa blocks, numero 1 ulit si Justin Arana. Ang 6'7" big man na tubong Camarines Norte ay nakakapagtala ng 2.9 blocks kada laro para sa kanyang kupunan.
Turns, fires, and scores!
Silipin natin muli ang mga naghari sa bawat statistical category ngayong elimination round ng NCAA Season 97 Men's Basketball. Congratulations to all the players who topped the charts. But the action on the hard court will only get higher from here and reach even greater heights as we move closer to crowning a champion for the tournament. Keep it right here on GTV for the continuing live and exclusive coverage of NCAA Season 97. Stronger together, buo ang puso.
The biggest election coverage is here to help. Go to our website. Sa Candidates tab, makikita ang mga kandidato sa pagkapresidente, vice-presidente at senador. I-click ang picture para makita ang profile at mas makilatis ang bawat kandidato. Sa may kodigo, select your province and municipality para makita ang listahan ng mga kandidato. Piliin ang iboboto, i-print ang inyong kopya at dalhin sa voting precinct para maging gabay sa mabilis na pagboto. Ito ay hindi official survey. Ang inyong mga tugon ay hindi gagamitin ng COMELEC o ng GMA sa anumang paraan. Serbisyong totoo lamang po sa mga boboto ngayong eleksyon 2022.
Mula noon hanggang ngayon, GMA ang nangunguna sa pagbabantay tuwing eleksyon. At ngayong eleksyon 2022, asahan ninyong mas mabilis pa ang ating pag-uulat sa resulta ng botohan. Tututukan at bibigyan natin ng konteksto ang pagboto ng ating mga kababayan sa mga live report at mga newscast gamit ang state-of-the-art technology. At babantayan ang pagboto ng mga kandidato, pati na ang resulta ng eleksyon para sa mga lokal at pambansang posisyon. Ang GMA News and Public Affairs, totoo at patuloy na ihahatid sa inyo ang most trusted election coverage sa bansa.
Ito ang eleksyon 2022.
Mula noon hanggang...
Hi, surprise guest!
Long.
Surprise guest, ikaw ba ay into politics din? Isa ka bang artista, singer, vlogger? Surprise guest, ikaw ba ay isang artista?
Pwede.
Politiko?
No.
Athlete?
Yes.
Surprise guest, is that you, Kylene?
Yes po.
Wow, tumama ako, yay!
Bye.
Igan, grabe ka!
Congratulations on your new program.
Ate V!
Ang GMA at GTV ihatid ang walang pati ng pagbabantay sa boto ng Pilipino. Simula May 9 hanggang tanghaling tapat ng May 10, tutukan ang eleksyon 2022 sa GMA. Mula sa unang bugso ng balita hanggang sa bilangan ng boto. Sa GTV, walang pati ng pagtutok sa eleksyon mula May 9 hanggang May 10. Sa Double B TV, Regional TV News, Newscast at sa komprehensibong eleksyon
We are greeting you from the prosperous city of San Juan as we are all set to begin the second day of our play-in tournament here in the 97th season of the National Collegiate Athletic Association. We are back inside the Phil Oil Flying V Center where one ticket, the final ticket to the Final Four, is up for grabs as the University of Perpetual Help System Delta Altas will lock horns with the host school, the College of St. Benilde, as their Blazers hope to end a 20-year Final Four drought today. This is all seen live on GTV, and we are also saying hello to all of our kababayans who are tuned in from all over the world via GMA International, and we are also saying hello to all of our netizens who are watching via NCAA Philippines on YouTube and Facebook, and of course via GMA Sports PH on Facebook and Twitter as well. Mabuhay Pilipinas, I am Anton Rojas, and joining me, of course, is former NCAA champion strength and conditioning coach, Coach Hammer Martin Antonio. And at courtside, makakasama po natin. They've done the research, they've done their homework for their respective squads. We have Michelle Naldo reporting for the College of St. Benilde. And of course, on the other side, we will have Eden Hernandez, who will tell us all the stories from the sidelines for the University of Perpetual Help System Delta Altas. Michelle and Eden will get back to you girls in just a bit. But Coach Hammer, there comes a time in the lives of collegiate basketball athletes and in sports in general where you've got to man up. There's no more tomorrow for these two teams. They have to win today if they want to extend their season.
Parehas na nga mahaba-haba, Anton. Ang Final Four drought nitong magkabilang koponan. Of course, the last time that CSB was in the Final Four, the late great Coach Dong Vergere, the only guy who won a championship para dito sa CSB ang nagmamando sa kanila. Players pa nila nun sila Chase Sagad, Al Magpayo, and those boys, Ron Capati. So antabayan na natin how CSB will go into the Final Four. Pero Perpetual is at the doorstep trying to prevent them to go in.
And they are looking good, having won their last 3 games. Itong koponan ni Coach Mike Sagigit. Silipin natin ang sitwasyon ngayon. Sinabi ko kanina, isang pwesto na lang ang natitira sa ating Final Four, and it is up to these two teams, Perpetual and CSB, to punch that final ticket.
Kumbaga, last trip na. Ito na yung usapan. And with Perpetual and CSB, all bets are off. Nakikita natin both teams are trying to really execute well dito sa kanilang mga game plans, pero may mga kulang na pyesa sa magkabilang koponan. Titignan natin how other guys would be stepping up.
There was a time during this season na 4-1 itong koponan ni Coach Charles Tew. 4-1 because after losing their opening game against the defending champions Letran, they won 4 straight. And their last win of that 4-game winning streak was this one, as we take you back to April 9 kung saan nagtagumpay ang Blazers kontra sa Perpetual 83-73.
The main storyline of that ball game was perimeter scoring and outside shooting. So those two things go hand in hand. Nakikita natin plus 7 3-pointers made. That's 21 points para sa CSB coming from the 3-point area. Assist numbers plus 11 din para sa CSB. So they're sharing the basketball on that game. Turnovers parehas lang, but a lot of points were provided by those turnovers ng Perpetual sa atake ng CSB. And of course, bench scoring. Nakita na si Prince Carlos na mayagpag nung laro na yun. Coming off the bench, scoring double digits.
Now, I did mention na maganda ang pinapakita ng koponan ni Coach Mike Sagigit, having won 3 straight games. Ito namang kabilang panig ang koponan ni Coach Charles Tew. They've been struggling, losing back-to-back games against San Beda University as we take a look at what happened during their last game. But eto nga, some of the things that you were wondering in that recent loss kontra sa San Beda.
Well, number one, it was a soft start for them. 12.5% in the first quarter. Single digits production. You can't start like that on a knockout game. It was a forgettable game for Robin Naive and Will Gozum. Only 18.5%. Robin Naive, 1 field goal. Hindi po pwede yan, lalong-lalo na dito. Ito, knockout game na, wala nang bukas. And they really had trouble with the perimeter defense of San Beda because it was switching 1 to 4. Nakita natin, it removed Will Gozum's strength of penetrating towards the basket. So yan yung mga magiging tanong sa CSB ngayon. Will they find their outside shot? And since AJ Benson will be suspended, pupuntahan natin mamaya, and Miggy Cortesa, you would see him wearing a black mask. It's not 100% who would step up from the bench ng CSB.
Binanggit mo yung pangalan ni AJ Benson who we've received word na yun nga, meron siyang suspension para sa play-in game na ito kontra sa Perpetual Help. And we will hear right now from the commissioner of the NCAA himself, Coach By Cristobal, who has a word, an official word about the suspension of CSB's AJ Benson.
Ito yung nangyari, no? On the second quarter, Benson, natawagan siya ng UF. We called it UF, unsportsmanlike foul. And then another UF, unsportsmanlike foul, nangyari on the last quarter. A combination of unsportsmanlike foul at saka technical foul or technical foul or unsportsmanlike foul. As far as the FIBA rules is concerned, out from the playing court. So yun ang nangyari sa kanya, 2 unsportsmanlike foul. But we have these house rules that anybody who is thrown out by 2 unsportsmanlike foul on the succeeding scheduled game, masususpindi ka. That's why itong game nila, which is very crucial, hindi siya makalaro.
So yan po, official word mula sa ating Commissioner, Coach By Cristobal. AJ Benson, unfortunate because this is a one-and-done situation for him. But his teammates will have to find a way to make up for the numbers that Benson will be, what they'll be missing from Benson rather.
9.9 points, 4.1 rebounds, 1.4 assists for AJ Benson. But the most important part, I was talking with Coach Charles the other day online. He was saying that they would be missing the on-ball defense of AJ Benson. He might not be the #1 guy when it comes to scoring, but he is their best one-on-one defender on the ball.
And we are taking a look at the 3 biggest contributors, Gozum, Naive, and Cuellar. Aside from Prince Carlos, who could be an X-factor dito sa laban na to, anybody else that you think could step up for Coach Charles?
Oh, definitely Makoy Marcos. Averaging a modest 6 points and 5 boards a game itong si Makoy Marcos. He needs to play big time right now because he needs to fill in the shoes of AJ Benson. And JC Cuellar has been steady. The whole season, one of the best guys when it comes to assist to turnover ratio. Magaling pumasa, hindi nagtatapon ng bola. Para sa mga nanonood sa atin sa kanilang mga bahay na mga kapuso natin, kailangan lang niya mag-produce ng puntos dahil wala silang pagkukunan ngayon. Masama ang shooting ni Naive, masama ang nilalaro ni Gozum. Ngayon, kailangan mag-step up, kailangan lahat magtulong-tulong.
And Coach Charles Tew is very happy sa pinapakita ng kanyang kapitan na si JC Cuellar para sa CSB. Pero yun nga, they have to find some way to get back on the win column because they suffered back-to-back defeats against San Beda University coming into this matchup kontra sa Perpetual. Now, speaking of Perpetual, sinabi ko nga kanina, 3 magkakasunod na panalo ang naitala ng kubra ni Coach Mike Sagigit. What did they do right in their last game against Arellano in the first play-in situation?
Isa lang ang masasabi natin, depensa, depensa, depensa. Unang-una, yung 2 big boys nila. Lian Martel, MDO, Mark Denver, Omega Trinabao, si Justin Arana, hindi na nakalaro ng kalahati ng 4th quarter sa pagod. Titignan natin kung ganun din ang gagawin nila kay Gozun. Lockdown defense in the 2nd quarter, and in the 4th quarter, matatandaan natin, lumaki pa yung lamang ng Arellano in the 4th quarter, but their defense was there to shut down in the latter part of the 4th quarter, the Chiefs. And syempre, nakakascore yung Martel at Omega dahil si Razon, sila Egan, at especially Kim Aurin has been hitting his stride the past 3 games.
Biggest question here, as you pointed out, will they be able to limit Gozum? San Beda was able to do that, limiting Will Gozum to just 8 points and 11 rebounds in those back-to-back games. But yun nga, yun ang kailangan gawin ni MDO, as you mentioned.
Ang
Mark Denver Umaga.
4 out of 19 field goals si Will Gozum. Titingnan natin, kasi itong, as we see this roster ng Altas, they are perimeter heavy, but the past 3 games are 3 solid games ng mga big guys nila na nasa rotation. Omega and Martel is a big part of the contributors dito sa mga panalo na to.
Alright, so we talked about both sides already. Ngayon naman, kumpara natin yung key matchup dito sa ating laban. And Robbie Naive, somebody na talagang inaasahan ni Coach Charles Tew in the end game. And then on the other side, has played different roles this season. Minsan coming off the bench, sometimes he starts. Jello Razon naman para kay Coach Mike Sagigit.
Nabanggit mo nga, Anton, Jello Razon came off the bench against CSB in their elimination round meeting. He provided the offense, but it was a little too late. Nakakuha na ng buwelo ang CSB through Robbie Naive. But he key idea here. Robby Naive is nursing a torn ligament on his shooting hand. So kaya nag-iiba yung bitaw niya. So titignan natin if he already adjusted, because if it's a torn ligament, especially on your thumb, yung control ng bola, yung bitaw mo, medyo nag-iiba.
Well, partner, it doesn't get any better than this. We love the knockout matches, winner-go-home situations in collegiate basketball. The fans are here and we are ready. Kaya naman mga kapuso, wag po kayong aalis. Dahil sa aming pagbabalik dito sa GTV, it is the play-in game. The road to the Final Four for the CSB Blazers and the Perpetual Altas right here sa NCAA Season 97 on GTV.
James! Oh, Kwekute! Strong on the drive! You binalik kay Abando!
For the most part of the elimination round here in the NCAA Season 97 men's basketball tournament, it appeared that arch rivals Letran and San Beda were on a collision course.
Si Renzo Navarro, samantala!
It almost seemed certain that the Knights and the Red Lions would put their unbeaten records on the line against each other on April 29. But that all changed with the entry of an unlikely foe. Enter the Mapua Cardinals.
Oh, Warren Bonifacio back up. Gets the bump, plus the...
Last Saturday, Mapua shocked the league by scoring a decisive 68-54 victory over the previously unbeaten Red Lions. It was the third straight win of the Cardinals as they improved their win-loss record to 6-2. And just like that, the coach Randy Alcantara mentored squad now has a chance to get a twice-to-beat advantage in the Final Four.
Up 24-19. Oh, yes!
And they did it while flying under the radar.
Inside, Nokum! Great pass!
Para sa team captain ng koponan na si Warren Bonifacio, ang kanilang mga tagumpay ay resulta ng matinding pag-iensayo at solid na samahan. Karamihan kasi sa mga naka-lineup sa Cardinals ngayon ay produkto ng kanilang high school basketball program. At bilang dating juniors champion, Mythical 5 member at defensive team selection, pangarap at misyon ni Warren na maging kampyon din sa kolehiyo. Ngayong season, lumalabas na ang tunay na laro ni Bonifacio. Simple at epektibo ang kanyang estilo. Walang showtime at fancy moves. Sumasandal si Warren sa kanyang basics at fundamentals. Right now, Warren Bonifacio is recognized as one of the premier big men in the NCAA. And more importantly, this native from San Simon, Pampanga is in the top 5 of this year's MVP race. Not bad for a guy who isn't exactly all over the highlights. Warren Bonifacio is living proof that sometimes substance is better than style. And that is also why he is our NCAA Power Player of the Week.
The biggest election coverage is now online.
Sa ating interactive election 2022 website, tutulungan namin kayong kilalanin ng mga
On the knockout game. I've been talking to a lot of coaches, former NCAA coaches. Some guys were close to me, Coach Frank Lim, Coach Nash Rosella of San Beda. I've been talking to them about game plans for both teams. And ang importante talaga when it comes to coaches, it's about how you start, especially on a knockout game. It gives you enough caution.
And Perpetual, with this type of backcourt, you know that they want to start off fast. Barcuma has the basketball. Binigay dito kay Razon. Gives it back to Barcuma. Omega providing the screen. Barcuma, pass intended for Martel, does not work.
Different look to Anton. Instead of attacking the pinch post, which was very, very good para dito kay Coach Mike Sagigit, they're trying to attack it through a screen and roll from top of the key from that triple post offense.
And because of the drums, hindi na narinig ng mga manlalaro yung pito.
Tentative start yun. para dito sa Altas. Nakita natin, ayan din yung nangyari sa kanila as we see Coach Charles Chu on your screens. On their first meeting, it was a very tentative start for the Altas, kaya nakakuha ng magandang simula ang Blazers.
Let's see what kind of play the Blazers will draw up. Naive, top of the key, 3 is short. And it will be Altas basketball.
And that's why you see Robbie Naive's hand heavily taped. That is his shooting hand, the right hand, and it's heavily taped. Makita nyo sa thumb area.
What a time to suffer those types of injuries.
Yeah, he has been playing with it for the past couple of games na rin.
Corteza, I mean, also gonna play with that mask. And Benson out today. Barcuma steps on the brakes. Pinasa sa labas. Boral is able to knock down the 3.
Good look by Peter Pan Barcuma, penetrating and attracting the help side defense. Nahirapan na rotate yung close out ng CSB.
Now CSB trying to take advantage of their size. Barcuma though, good defense, stopping that shot by Naive. Miscommunication there as Omega was telling Martel to drive.
And that's one thing that MDO needs to improve pagkadating sa kanilang laro. Kasi sila lang yung may traditional na dalawang big guy yung ginagamit na parehas post player.
And they've been a good combination this season. Itong si Martel tsaka si Omega.
They are a good combination when they play within their limits and abilities, Anton, which they have been doing the past 3 games.
Razon stops, pops, doesn't drop. McCoy Marcos comes up with a board. Bibigay kay Naive. Culyar. Gozum binigay dito kay Marcos. Marcos recovers the loose ball. Noy Lepalam able to score on that short stop.
And if there's somebody that needs to pick up production, it's Noy Lepalam. Dahil sa ilalim, wala siyang katapat dyan. And he is vastly improved. I've been seeing it the whole season. Ang laki ng improvement ni Lepalam.
Martel binigay dito kay Razon. Razon around the world. Throws it out to Boral. And back-to-back triples for Boral.
Malalim na bunot para dito kay Coach Mike sa gigit. Di naman siya pinapahiya. Dalawang kapit na 3-point shot para kay JP Boral.
Let's try to get the preparations of the CSB Blazers from Michelle Naldo right now. Michelle?
Anton and Coach Hammer, needless to say, the Blazers are here to make sure they still come out on top against Perpetual for the second time around. Defense is still key for them, but they've made adjustments to limit the Altas' stellar execution of plays since they last met. Ani and Coach Charles still have a better chance if they will be able to get stops and share the ball on the offense. However, the atmosphere is different now also because the stakes are high, and with a mere 2 days to prepare, they also had to overcome a lot of mental challenges. Importante dito na they are in good spirits even coming from 2 losses kung saan wala noon si Miggy Corteza, pero ngayon si AJ Benson naman yung wala. But despite all the hits they've been taking, Anton and Coach Hammer, grabe pa rin ang excitement and passion to be this close to making history. After waiting for more than 20 years, today they will do everything they can to secure another Final Four appearance. Balik sa inyo.
In any other season, CSB will have already secured a spot in the Final Four. But because of the changes here in Season 97, they will have to fight for it, and they will try to earn it today.
We shall see if they would.
Dahil 2002, Season 78 was a long, long time ago.
I think that was the last year ni Kuya Sunday, if I'm not mistaken.
He was the MVP that year.
02, yan yung last year.
Finals MVP was Leo Nahorda.
Oo, sila
of
Kuya,
San
last
Sebastian.
year ni Kuya Jam Alfad, Roy Falcasantos, yung mga big boys. Back-to-back championship yung San Sebastian during that year.
Boral! Short. You know, prior to those 2 triples, Boral was 1 for 5 from beyond the arc for the entire season. So what an early bonus.
Well, he is ready. He has been ready. Oh, this is something different, Antona. If you're looking at the way that the Altas has been playing the past 3 games, now they are trying to feed the post. Trying to feed that straight post papunta dito kay Martel at kay Mark Denver Omega.
We'll take a break. Perpetual lead CSB 8-5.
They break the news and give all the updates. They even get inside the mind of the coaches, players, and even the fans. They make the games even more exciting. Meet the eyes and ears of your favorite team's huddle. They are the courtside reporters of your NCAA Season 97. Catch all the action live Tuesdays to Wednesdays and Fridays to Sundays, 12 noon, with recap episodes at these times on GTV.
Coach Hammer's hit list, the keys to winning for the CSB Blazers.
Play with short-term memory. Tapos na yung games against San Beda. You gotta move forward. Forget the bad shooting. Take it and make it. Wala nang pagkakataon para bumawi. Pag nandiyan dyan, kailangan kuhanin mo na. And of course, get Will Gozum involved right away. Binabanggit nga ni Kuya Bo Belga last game, trinabaho ng San Beda si Will Gozum. Ang sama ng field goal shooting niya. So, the better he starts this game, it will be so much better para dito sa Blazers for their chances to make the Final Four.
Razon from way out. Shot was short. Wow! Where did this guy come from? JP Boral with 8 points to start the game. Step the Perpetual Altas.
Step up lang, Anton. Pag may kulang, merong mag-fill dyan.
Noticeably absent on the bench of Perpetual is Kim Aurin. Let's try to find out why as we have this report right now from Eden Hernandez.
Yes, Anton and Coach Hammer, tinambakan man ng Blazers ang Altas back in the eliminations round. But this time, it will require the team to let their brains prevail than their brawn. Sabi nga ni team captain Jeff Egan, ang lagi daw paalala ni Coach Mike sa kanila ay pairali ng utak at maging matalino sa loob ng court. Dahil walang duda na when it comes to running a triangle offense, it will boil down to the smallest details from the reads to the rhythm of the whole team. Coach Mike even mentioned how he trains his men to be fundamentally sound players in executing this rare kind of game plan. Now, this is a very crucial and unfortunate moment for the team as Kim Aurin will skip this game due to chicken pox. Pero makita kaya natin ang aggressiveness at efficiency ng Perpetual on both ends of the court. Back to you, gentlemen.
Wow. That is like a punch to the gut. Kim Aurin in the past 3 games was averaging 17.3 points per game for the Altas.
Summer, panahon ng bulutong. Next man up. Ganun lang kasimple yan. JP Boral, ready ngayon. Nag-provide na ng 8 points para dito kay Coach Mike sa gigit. Of course, we're sending our well wishes dito. Pagaling ka, Kim. Alam namin, nanonood ka.
Well, one thing you can make out of this, if you're gonna look at it from a different perspective, no excuses.
Wala!
Walang Benson sa kabila, walang Aurin sa kabila.
Wala, yun nga yung binabanggit natin kanina, Anton. Kasi wala nga si Kim Aurin during the warm-ups. I was observing, I was waiting for the report. Dahil parehas sa kupunan, medyo merong, kumbaga, pagkukulang sa kanilang roster.
So again, Kim Aurin out today due to chicken pox.
Saka ang mahirap siya Anton, highly communicable ang chicken pox dahil nakabubble sila. Kailangan i-isolate agad si Kim.
But like you said, next man up mentality.
Next man up. Lalo na elimination game. Tsaka ka na maging feel sorry for yourself.
You know, both teams have a lot of motivation because Kim Aurin is the only graduating player from the Perpetual side. So, marami pang dapat ibibigay itong si Kim. Playing his heart out for the Altas. And a steal here. All the way for that basket is Carlo Lim.
And this guy has started the season rather. Very, very impressive. Slasher, malakas yung katawan. But the minutes are not yet there para dito kay Carlo Lim.
Barcuma missing from beyond the arc. This is Corteza. He had that career performance in the elimination round kontra sa Perpetual. 24 big points para kay Corteza. Omega. Oh boy. Mark Denver Omega. He has come alive in the recent games para dito sa Perpetual.
Ang hirap depensahan ni Omega dahil hindi naman gumagalaw. Ginagawa lang niya yung trabaho niya. Sprint down on the paint, seal, at hindi nagmamadali sa ilalim.
Lepalam hindi handa sa pasa ni Barcuma. Altas tumatakbo. Pero may offensive foul na tinawag kay Jello Razon at aminado naman itong si Jello.
Yun lang. Nung pagsundot, makikita mo dito pagsundot, may taga. Ito Anton, basic to sa big guys Si Mark Denver Omega, walang ginagawang kahit na anong special, hindi pumoposte, pero effort plus 99 rating. Tatakbo lang sa gitna, sasaluhin yung bola, kung may bantay, i-kick out, kung wala, 2 points. Doon, dalawa pa yung bantay.
Wala na bang effort sa 2K?
Meron. Yun yung ilalagay natin bagong rating. gotta give that guy really, really big props. Dahil lahat ng nakukuha nilang puntos and stats kay Omega, effort plays.
Bounce pass para kay Corteza at babalik ang bola dito sa Perpetual.
Saka yan yung pinakamahirap kalaban, Anton, yung masipag. Lalamugin ka bangga ng pagkatas, hindi napapagod.
Razon, binigay dito kay Sevilla. Scramble for the loose ball. What a shot! Wow! Chris Pagaran announcing his entry to the basketball game. Perpetual leads CSB 14-8.
Hi, I'm Howie Severino. My colleagues and I developed this idea of creating a podcast as a safe space for sharing insights with leaders and interesting people across diverse backgrounds. I've been a journalist for 33 years as a newspaper reporter, news anchor, online editor, and documentary maker. But podcasting is fresh territory for me. Check out the Howie Severino podcast, an original for GMA News and Public Affairs. New episodes will stream every Thursday. Listen for free on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and other platforms. Empower yourselves and be safe.
Always stay updated with the latest news in the country and around the world through GMA News and Public Affairs Facebook and YouTube News.
Jennifer Maravilla returning to perform this time dito sa Phil Oil Flying V Center dahil napanood na natin itong si Jennifer who performed at the St. Benil Gym in LaSalle Green Hills. Now she gets to perform and enjoy the reactions of the Perpetualites and the Benilians who are here today. And speaking of the Perpetualites, what do they gotta do to win?
No dead time, effort plays every time. Doon sila tinalo ng CSB. Maraming dead time ang Altas during their first meeting in the eliminations. Shooters ng Blazers, laging naiiwanang bukas. Miscommunication pagdating sa switching. And hindi nila trinabaho yung mga big guys. Kaya magandang laro si Will Gozum at si Corteza.
Let's see how CSB will respond after that timeout. They've got to make something happen here on this possession. Naive, umupo sa ere.
Hindi pwedeng malabnaw ang help side ni Sevilla kay Romy Naive. Yan na naman, yung early offense ng Altas, but a turnover here.
Sevilla could not maintain his balance. A steal here by Jeff Egan. The Perpetual captain is running. Egan with a finish on the brink.
Ito yung sinasabi natin, Anton, no dead time, nag-turnover na, get back on the play, run out dahil mas kondisyon. Yun yung pinagmamalaki ng Perpetual. Mas kondisyon sila nakupunan kaysa sa kanilang mga kalaban.
Lim. Sanko. Aatake. Throws the ball out. No challenge right there. Easy basket for Jay Flores.
Dalawang masamang help side na ang binibigay dito ng Altas. Isa kanina kay Naive, isa kay Luis Flores. Penetrating from the outside, basag na basag yung depensa.
Omega hands it off to Barcuma. Barcuma throws it out. Sevilla from the elbow. Badly misfiring on that shot.
Money shot yun, Anton, sa pick and pop. Yun yung gusto ng mga big guys.
Naive, too strong on that triple try. Babalik ang bola sa Perpetual. And look at Coach Mike Sagigit already on the hard court, telling Barcuma to slow down a bit.
Kasi pinatatakbo niya itong triangle. Ito, Anton, kanina pa nila ginagawa ito. Magandang makita.
Wow!
Another basket by Chris Pagaran. Around 5 times nakakuha na sila ng puntos sa 3-pass. Coach Topex Robinson would be very, very proud. Dahil yung 3-pass na yan, nung unang laban nila kontra CSB, wala. Ito, Anton, makikita mo, yung pag-lift ng big guy from the weak side to the top of the key, parang pag sinona o pag inopensa, magpapakita lang sa gitna at yung mga extrang pasa, dun sila nakakakuha ng offense.
Ito yung atake ni Jeff Egan, but what I'm most impressed about was that play that you were referring to as we see these previous baskets. Grabe yung bounce pass kay Pagaran. Pagaran knew the ball was gonna go to him and he would be open.
Anton, yung 3-pass na yan, automatic yan eh. Pagkakuha mo, dahil masyadong maluwag yung weak side, ibabagsak mo na lang yung bola doon as a big guy.
Egan gets the rebound. Egan, natapikan. Barcuma stepping on the half-court line.
And great non-call there by our official, si Ref Rabano sa baba. Ito, Anton, yung 3-pass na yan, automatic.
Ganda.
Kasi pag lumift na yung big guy sa gitna, pag nagpakita na doon, wala nang tao sa kabila eh. Irarap na lang nung wing. Tatakbuhin na lang niya yung bola.
And talking to Coach Charles Dew before this game, one guy he was concerned about was Chris Pagaran from the Perpetual side.
Dahil, Anton, he's averaging less than 13 minutes a game and scoring at a high volume at very good percentages.
Mr. Efficiency. Itong si Pagaran para kay Coach Mike Sagigit. Cuevas has the basketball. Cuevas binigay dito kay Pagaran. Egan stops, pops, it connects! Biggest lead of the game for the Perpetual Altas.
Ito 4-on-5 pa nga to, Anton eh. But a pull-up, ito yung laro ni Jeff Egan. Kaya bagay siya dun sa opensa. Yung nakakaset siya ng mga mid-range jumpers niya.
Ang pambato ng Kanayan, Malaybalay City, Bukidnon. Former ADU Falcon Jeff Egan.
Maayong hapon sa inyong tanan. Sa Bukidnon. Sa Malaybalay, nandiyan yung pinakamalaking monastery ng Benedictine Fathers. So I've been there twice.
This is just Egan's second year.
Oh, alam ko, nagdala dito si Coach Raymond Mercader eh. Mga player nila yan kasi merong malaking liga sa Bukidnon, Anton, ng mga under 18 na-stop lang dahil sa pandemic eh.
Grabe yung tiwala na binigay dito kay Jeff Egan. Second season in the NCAA, already the team captain of the Altas, but he has to shoot right here. Egan from way out, bitin. Rebound Blazers. And Egan able to recover, but he slid. And that's an easy basket para kay Jay Flores.
And another guy na nag-aambag ngayon. Ito ang kailangan gawin naman ng CSB. Kailangan magtulong-tulong sila to provide offense for their squad.
Egan almost got that shot to fall, but without Kim Aurin, who's out due to chickenpox, you cannot ask for a better start if you're Coach Mike Sagigit beautifully running the triangle.
Basic na basic, Anton. 3-pass. Dahil na-scout na yung pinch post action nila. A new wrinkle on the same system. Same results. They're making their shots.
Thank you to Direk Abed Ramos for showing us multiple angles of that beautifully run play by the Perpetual Altas, who are on top right now against CSB in this win-or-go-home play-in matchup. The score at the end of one is 21-14.
Always stay updated with the latest news in the country and around the world through GMA News and Public Affairs Facebook and YouTube news feeds anytime, anywhere. Dahil wagi ang mayalam. Always stay updated with the latest news in the country and around the world through GMA News and Public Affairs Facebook and YouTube news feeds anytime, anywhere. Dahil wagi.
How's the first day back for everybody?
It was great to see everyone. I think we were all happy to be back together.
We will never get lost because we have our parents.
Kumusta, Alexandra? Salamat at nakapunta ka rito.
Come with me for a tour of the world's biggest IKEA store.
Being a PWD kasi.
Boss Anton Tamayo, the team manager of the Perpetual Altas, and of course, Tony Boy Tamayo and Deston Tamayo. And the Tamayo boys in the house.
Always in the house. Si Anton, pwede mo nang katakin sa mga liga ngayon.
Hindi, kalaro ko talaga yan.
Kalaban mo si Anton ngayon?
Hindi, kalaro ko every week sa Sobel. Yes. Before the pandemic, pero ngayon, di pa nagre-restart. And of course, we have Kapuso star and host, Chris Tew.
Somebody that Coach Charles could actually use on the floor, calm the troops. You know, Chris, kabatch natin ito ng high school. Kalaban natin ito mula SVP hanggang pasa rin into the seniors levels.
Di ba nag-guest ka sa show niya?
Yep.
That was ages ago, though.
Actually, ako yung sports science nila.
Yo!
Sama Senator Manny.
Egan. Uh-oh. Parang may iniinda si Egan, but he's trying to run it off as he scores on the fast break.
Pagpag lang yan, Anton. Knockout game. Bukas na masakit yan.
Corteza.
7 points for Jeff Egan coming off the bench in this game.
Ito yung gumawa last game, si Corteza. Corteza with that 24-point, 11-rebound outing in the first round kontra sa Perpetual.
And his points come in the flow of the offense, especially on the screen and roll, just like that.
Cuevas kontra Naive. Cuevas almost falling to the ground.
Ang tiin umatake ng Perpetual.
Oh, badly missed shot right there. Martel comes up with a rebound. Parang ginanahan yung Perpetual, seeing all of the Perpetualites in the stands today.
Definitely. By the busload.
Multiple buses. Cuevas from way out. And look at Sevilla battle for the rebound.
Alam mo, Anton, kanina pinanonood ko mag-warm up ng mga big guys ng Perpetual. Martel, si MDO, itong si Sevilla, si Boral. Sabi nga ng assistant coach sila kay JP Boral, secret weapon. Tapos nag-shooting sa short corner papunta sa 3-point area.
Alright, let's try to find out what's going on the CSB side as we hear once again from Michelle Naldo.
Anton and Coach, gaya ng sinabi ko sa last quarter, aside from the physical, there is also mental toughness that they also have to deal with given their situation now, and this is what has been affecting the performance of the team. They shared to me that in the last game, it was a different atmosphere to be moving to a bigger arena, and they felt that San Beda was more used to it. Dagdag dito, they also have been working tirelessly to fill in roles after a number of player injuries and suspensions throughout the shortened season. These are just some of the things outside of their comfort zone that the boys have had to deal with. Kaya naman Coach Charles reminds them now not to make the same mistakes they did before. The boys know what their coach expects from them. It's just a matter of finding that confidence and composure again to execute this seamlessly. Balik sa inyo, gentlemen.
Maraming salamat, Michelle. And speaking of execution, sa pagkakataon ngayon, defense to offense, finishing on the fast break.
And that's what Miggy Corteza gives you. Run up and down, shoot the gaps on zone defense, and provide a hard roller pagdating sa pick and roll game. Just like that.
Oh, that's an offensive foul as Martel was caught shoving his defender down to the ground. Let's get more from the Perpetual side. Balikan natin si Eden Hernandez.
Yes, it was the time of the GOAT, Michael Jordan from the Chicago Bulls, when Coach Mike was first exposed to the triangle offense. And when former juniors coach Barry Tobias and him started talking, he just fell in love with that strategy even more. Years from the junior Altas all the way to Parañaque and now back to Perpetual, inaaral pa rin daw ni Coach Mike ang triangle offense hanggang ngayon, every single day. Aminado si Coach that it took them 3 to 4 years in Parañaque to execute this kind of system. So trying to master this triple post offense in just 2 months before the season started was a real challenge for the whole team. Pero ang kagustuhan ni Coach Mike sa sistemang ito ay he doesn't need one player to stand out but requires the whole team to contribute. Well, I guess with Razon, Egan, and exploding Omega, teamwork definitely makes the dream work. Back to you, Anton and Coach Hammer.
music to my ears every time I hear the name of the GOAT.
Ikaw, the-GOAT ako, ang naaalala ko, triple post offense, Tex Winter, the way that they break down. And I played in this system with Mikey's dad, Coach Jonathan Reyes, and Coach Tobex Robinson. Ito yung tinatakbo namin.
At kanina, ilang beses riniplay yung triangle offense leading to that shot by Pagaran. Sa pagkakataon na yun, Martel able to tip that shot in.
At saka Anton dito, hindi magagaling na one-on-one players yung mga big guys ni Coach Mike Sagigin. But they are very, very masipag. They're hardworking, industrious underneath the basket. That's why they get a lot of baskets. Pero ito, shooter talaga at scorer. 10 points off the bench, si Jeff Egan.
Everybody just contributing from the side of Perpetual, making up for the absence of the guy who would be the Jordan in the triangle offense of Coach Mike Sagigin, Kim Aurin.
Jordan!
Just because of the role. Just because of the role. I'm not saying literally. I'm saying just because of the role.
Exactly. Dahil dinadala rin siya sa pinch post Pagka napapanood nila yung mga dating Bulls games, pagka nasa pinch post, MJ yun
And you know that there are times where MJ just says, give me the ball and get out of my way.
Exactly.
And that's what Kim Aurin was doing in the end game situation in the last 3 outings.
Exactly. And he scored 7 points against AU. Yan yung wala ngayon para dito sa Alta. 7 points in the final quarter when they outscored Arellano 15-8.
Second free throw for Martel. Could not get the lucky bounce. Noy Lepalam comes up with the board.
But on the other side, Antona, Colliar, Lim, and Corteza have been doing well. They just need a little bit more stops dito sa depensa and weather the storm na at energy nitong Altas.
And that's an offensive foul as we see Sir Frank Gusi, now the Mancom representative for the University of Perpetual Health System, Dalta. Coach Charles Liu wants to talk things over with his players, his team down by 7.
Mabilis magbago ang mundo at ang daming naiisip ng tao. Hatid ng Next Now ang latest sa science and technology, maging updated sa groundbreaking inventions.
Hello there.
At mga makabagong solusyon sa pang-araw-araw nating pamumuhay.
Actually creates a huge impact.
Tunghayan ang episodes online dahil sa GMA News and Public Affairs Digital. We show you what's next now.
Maraming ingay ngayon sa ating buhay. Kaya, slow down muna tayo.
Sino ka ba?
Kailangan ko ng time for myself.
Wala na ako ginawa sa buhay ko kundi magbanda.
Marami tayong gusto pero hindi naman lahat natin nakukuha.
Care to share?
Kasi syempre, if I have the answer, di ba? Di ang yaman.
Alright, let's take a look at the 2 main men of the CSB Blazers who have got to show up as in right now.
18.5% from the field. 5 out of 27 combined. But when you break it down, Robbie Naive made 7 free throws and 1 3-point shot. That's 12.5% for you. And 21.1% para kay Will Gozum. Panay bukol. First quarter nung laban nila sa San Beda, hindi makakuha ng field goal si Will.
And of course, we have Coach Dax Castellano, Mancom representative from the College of St. Benil. And the standout kid, CJ Cadwa, is tuned in today. Live at the venue.
Friend of the program, part of the family, CJ Cadwa.
Now, St. Benil applying some pressure. The ball is loose. Blazers running. Oh, Marcos blows the layup.
Sorry, miss. 3-on-2 fast break drill na lang yun.
Pagaran. Lepalam challenging him straight up. No foul called.
Titignan natin ito na kung kanino pa pabor yung tempo ng laro dahil tumatakbo itong dalawang kuponan na to.
Razon. Binigay kay Abis. Razon. Oh! Shot is money for Jel Razon.
Too easy. Dahil Anton, itong mga wing guys ng Perpetual, sanay na sanay dun sa 1-2 step. Pansinin mo yung mga jumper nila hindi galing sa 1-count jump na sabay bumabagsak yung dalawang paa. Oh! That's a foul. Gusto nila mag-run ng flex action on the weak side. Sapul sa cross screen.
Making look basketball so simple and easy.
Babalikan mo ulit, Anton, yung inaaral nila sa fundamentals nila. Yung 1-2 step, kitang-kita Pare-parehas gumalaw ang mga wing guys ng Perpetual.
Joey Barcoma, nayanig, shaken up.
One of the handful of athletes na umakyat sa seniors division. Player ni Coach Mike yan, sa high school pa lang.
Actually, nag-Olivares pa yan.
Lumipat.
Dahil wala siyang pwesto.
Exactly.
Sa Altas Collegiate Program. Pero nung naging head coach na si Coach Mike, kinuha niya from Olivares. Pinalipat agad.
Ang lalim din ng Olivares na team
So maganda yung kwento nitong si Joey Barcoma.
Saka isa sa mga pinakamasisipag nilang manlalaro. You know who he reminds me of that I played with? Anjo Carab. Small guy who's very tough na magaling dumipensa ng on-ball.
Naive for 3. Still can't buy a basket from beyond the arc. Cuevas. Pagaran, bounce pass. Abis, Pagaran na naman! Abis! And Abis will get the basket!
Sabi ko sa iyo, Anton, yung mga big guys ng Perpetual, ang puhunan, sipag. Gigising sa umaga, iinom ng kape, iinom ng tubig, diretso bakbak na agad. Nakikita natin dito, Anton, walang play na itinatakbo para dito sa mga big guys ng Perpetual. Ando doon sila to pass and to roll hard. Pag may shot attempt, they crash the boards and they do their jobs.
John Abis, born in Muntinlupa pero tubong Laguna. Itong 6'3" forward. But he can't complete the three-point play. Cullar is back on the floor para sa CSB. Gozum. Pinasa kay Lim. Tumira mula sa kanto. Bitin. Tapi ka ng bola. Mapupunta sa Perpetual. Razon, hinarangan ni Cullar. Cuevas. Look at the movement. Learned within the span of 2 months. Pagaran, one dribble pull-up short.
Sabi ko sa iyo Alam mo, Anton, ito, nakikita mo kung kinikilig ako pagka ganyan trumabaho yung mga big men. Alam mo ako when I see players who fight for loose balls, who throw their body around and sacrifice for the team, tuwang-tuwa ako. And this, the big guys ng Perpetual, for this first 2 quarters and the past 2 games, have been doing a splendid job to just hustle up for points, for rebounds, and just being there for their teammates.
Lian Martel, kababayan ni Scotty Thompson to. Tubong Digos City, Davao del Sur.
Kaya pala, fighter. Yung mga tipo natin ng bigs
Biggest lead of the game now for Perpetual. The host school, CSB, hoping to stay alive and advance to the Final Four for the first time in 20 years.
The bottom of your screens, Anton, yung 5 para dito sa St. Peniel.
Times like this, Gozum has to be a man amongst boys.
Oh, definitely. He needs to step it up as we see the 5 of the Altas at the bottom of your screens. Pero Will Gozum, I think that's the first field goal that he got in this game.
1 for 3. 1 for 3 so far. Itong si Will Gozum.
And Chris Pagaran, 6 points coming off the bench.
Gozum, 7 minutes, 1 for 3 from the field, just 1 rebound. So a total of just 2 points for Gozum.
Oh, mas gusto ko na yung 4 of 19 na Gozum yung naghahanap ng shot attempt.
Oo nga.
Oo, kasi
mababa yung shot attempts ni Will ngayon.
tatatlo.
That's why right now, he's trying to be more proactive. Cuellar. Grabe itong depensa ng Perpetual.
Masikip.
Corteza. Blocked. And a rebound for Pagaran.
Tsaka dyan din sila nadali last game na kontra CSP. Yung sumasona sila. Ngayon ang ginagawa lang, naka-zone up yung weak side, tas yung strong side nakaman.
Corteza using his body. Offensive foul.
That's a simple call for our referees. You can't throw your elbow and your body towards the defensive player. Ito makikita natin hindi ka pwede mag-initiate ng contact and you just aatake ka lang, ihahagis mo yung katawan mo dun sa bantay. Especially hindi bumababa yung kamay ng defensive player.
Perpetual with a 12-point lead in this play-in game with a chance to advance to the Final Four.
Looking for news and latest information? Watch GMA News and Public Affairs. Stand for truth.
The digital newscast where you can find the biggest stories of the week, in-depth documentaries on issues, special reports,
and analysis on local and global affairs that matter for every Filipino.
Empowered by young producers and innovative mobile journalists.
Catch us at GMA News and Public Affairs TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube channels. Stand with us. Stand for truth.
Maraming ingay ngayon sa ating buhay. Kaya, slow down muna tayo.
Sino ka ba?
Kailangan ko ng time for myself.
Wala na ako ginawa sa buhay ko kundi magbanda.
Marami tayong gusto pero hindi naman lahat natin nakukuha.
Care to share?
Kasi syempre, if I have the answer, di ba, ang yaman ko na.
Healthy na kwentuhan?
Tell him.
And as I said earlier, Jennifer Maravilla is back and she's excited to perform dito sa Phil Oil Flying V Center in front of a live NCAA audience. Kita mo naman yung mga Perpetualites. As we see, these guys playing big. Even today. Not just against Arellano. Even today.
Yung mga numero na yan, 8 points, 9 boards, 1 block, 1 assist para kay Mark Omega, 10.6 rebounds, 1 assist para kay Lian Martel. Maganda yung mga numero, pero mas maganda yung effort ng ginawa nila. Trinabaho nila si Justin Arana. Trinabaho nila yung mga Big Ben ng EAC. And right now, tinatrabaho nila si Will Gozum. Wala na silang pakialam doon sa mga numero. As long as their team keeps on winning.
Egan throws the ball out. Another one!
Kasado at sigurado. Pangatlong 3-point shot ni JP Boral. Double digits with 11.
Kim Aurin who? JP Boral stepping in to his shoes.
Next guys na to.
Career performance for JP Boral. In just his second start and 8th appearance dito sa laban na to. Now, ito yung kailangan ng CSB. They need Gozum to overpower defenders and energize and infect his squad.
Again, Anton, nakikita mo yung split, yung 1-2 step. Lahat ng perimeter players.
I think even Coach Mike is surprised that Boral is making his shots.
I mean, parehas na parehas yung mechanics, Anton. If you observe down to the smallest detail kung paano gumalaw yung mga perimeter players ng Perpetual, parehas. Ito, nag-full court zone press ngayon. Ginawa din to ng CSP against them in the first quarter. Nagulat yung Perpetual nun.
Talagang alam ng Perpetualites kung saan sila dapat nakapwesto sa court.
Oo, kasi dun sila nagulat nung una nilang laban. Pinulaga sila ng zone press, nagpakita ng 1-2-1-1, tapos bumabagsak sa 2-3 zone. Sanay umexecute ang Perpetual nun sa man-to-man na depensa.
JP Boral, number 10, leading the way for Perpetual with 11 points today. A surprise start because of a sudden absence by Kim Aurin out due to chickenpox. Egan wanted a foul, didn't get it. Cullar will bring the ball down for St. Benil.
Dalawa na silang double digit, Anton, di ba? Ni Jeff Egan. I think Egan has 10
Egan has
points.
9. He has 9
points. 9 points.
Double crossover, Naive. And the basket is good underneath para dito kay Flores.
6 points para dito kay Jay Flores coming off the bench. 3 field goals, providing that scoring punch.
Egan. Stops, pops, doesn't drop. Cullar comes up with a board. Cullar spins. And Cullar with a little bit of European flavor on that lay-in.
7 points for JC Cullar, spinning and finishing with a lot of English on that finger roll.
The point guard who grew up in Italy. Itong team captain ng St. Benil na si JC Cullar.
So dapat yung layup niya al dente pala.
Mabilis ka.
Ready tayo. Sabi ko naman sa'yo, lagi tayo ready.
Ready kahit hindi preparado.
Yan.
Cuevas, pinasa dito kay Egan. Perpetual has the numbers. No look pass! Was he trying to dunk that?
Oo. Gusto.
JP Boral surprising us. But I'm not too sure Coach Mike was happy with that dunk attempt. Could have just laid it up and in. Naive overshoots that one and Jello Razon will step on the brakes.
Last shot time dito, Anton. At nabayanan mo yung 3 pass or single high ball screen para kay Jello Razon.
And this is the Kim Aurin special right here. Just give him a lot of space. Kaya lang, nadepensahan ng St. Benil ditong atake ni Jello Razon. But St. Benil with a lot of problems today dealing with this scrappy Perpetual Alta squad of Coach Mike Sagigit playing like their lives depend on it.
And their lives actually depend on it, especially on this knockout game. They need to execute. Both teams playing well towards the end of this quarter.
40-32 is our tally at the end of the first half, which was fueled by Gatorade.
Life hasn't been easy lately, so we're here to make your day, featuring amazing, funny, and heartwarming stories to bring you something bright and sweet and get you dancing through tough times. Simple joys that remind us of the many reasons we can still smile. Cleanse your timeline with Make Your Day. Join us on YouTube and Facebook and share your stories too. Let's spread more awesome, wholesome content out there. Make your day! Life hasn't been easy.
And good setup coming from Mac.
A man of few words.
Guadagna will create and score.
But who needs words when this guy's basketball talents and good looks already speak volumes?
Right. Oh, what a pass. Guadagna converts.
Seryoso sa game, loyal sa team. Ganun din kaya siya sa love life?
And we have Max Guadagna scoring on the floater.
Ang minsan point guard, minsan shooting guard, pero all-time heartthrob pirate ng Lyceum of the Philippines University, Bacolod Guadagna.
You're like a shot of pure good. I'm thinking about to explode. Taste the tension like a cloud of smoke in the air. Now I'm breathing like I'm running 'cause you're taking me there. Don't you know you spin me out of control? Ooh, ooh, ooh. We can do this all night till your stuff is getting tighter, baby. Come on. Pull me like a bass drum, stroke me like a guitar, baby. Come on.
Good setup coming from Mac.
A man of few words.
Guadagna will create and score.
But who needs words when this guy's basketball talents and good looks already speak volumes.
Right. Oh, what a pass. Guadagna converts.
Seryoso sa game, loyal sa team. Ganun din kaya siya sa love life?
And we have Max Guadagna scoring on the floater.
Ang minsan point guard, minsan shooting guard, pero all-time heartthrob pirate ng Lyceum of the Philippines University, Bacolod Guadagna.
Jacob, ready ka na ba para sa ating fast break, fast talk?
Ready na, ready.
Okay, sige. Ito, coffee o juice?
Coffee.
Wine or beer?
Beer.
Text o tawag?
Tawag.
Kotse o motor?
Motor.
Rewind or fast forward?
Fast forward.
Six-pack o big belly?
Six-pack.
Bundok o beach?
Beach.
Maging bida o kontrabida?
Bida, syem.
Boxer or brief?
Boxer.
Matamis o maalat?
Matamis.
Meat or vegetables?
Meat.
Beauty or brains?
Brains.
Morena o mestiza?
Morena.
Petite or matangkad?
Matangkad.
Demure or athletic?
Demure, demure.
Tommy, are you ready? Fast break, fast talk.
Yes, of course. I'm ready.
Coffee or juice?
Coffee.
Wine or beer?
Beer.
Text or call?
Text.
Kotse o motor?
Kotse.
Rewind or fast forward?
Fast forward.
Six-pack o big belly?
Six-pack.
Bundok or beach?
Beach.
Maging bida o kontrabida?
Bida.
Boxer or brief?
Brief.
Matamis o maalat?
Matamis.
Meat or vegetables?
Meat.
Beauty or brains?
Brains.
Morena o mestiza?
Morena.
Petite or matangkad?
Petite.
Demure or athletic?
Athletic.
Coffee o juice?
Coffee.
Wine or beer?
Beer.
Text o tawag?
Text.
Kotse o motor?
Motor na lang.
Rewind or fast forward?
Rewind.
Six-pack o big belly?
Big belly na lang.
Bundok o beach?
Beach, syempre.
Maging bida o kontrabida?
Kontrabida.
Boxer or brief?
Boxer.
Matamis o maalat?
Matamis. Matamis.
Meat or vegetables?
Meat.
Beauty or brains?
Brains.
Morena o mestiza?
Mestiza.
Petite or matangkad?
Petite.
Demure or athletic?
Athletic na.
Coffee or juice?
Juice.
Wine or beer?
Beer.
Text or call?
Text.
Kotse o motor?
Motor.
Rewind or fast forward?
Rewind.
Six-pack or big belly?
Big belly.
Bundok or beach?
Beach.
Maging bida o kontrabida?
Kontrabida.
Boxer or brief?
Boxer.
Matamis or maalat?
Matamis.
Meat or vegetables?
Meat.
Beauty or brains?
Brains.
Morena o mestiza?
Mestiza.
Petite or matangkad?
Matangkad.
Demure or athletic?
Athletic.
Coffee o juice?
Coffee.
Wine or beer?
Wine.
Text o tawag?
Tawag.
Kotse o motor?
Kotse.
Rewind or fast forward?
Rewind.
Six-pack o big belly?
Big belly.
Bundok o beach?
Bundok.
Maging bida o kontrabida?
Maging bida.
Boxer or brief?
Boxer.
Matamis o maalat?
Matamis.
Meat o vegetables?
Meat.
Beauty o brains?
Both.
Morena o mestiza?
Mestiza.
Petite or matangkad?
Petite.
Demure or athletic?
Demure.
Okay, thank you.
Once again, Jennifer Maravilla, first of all, congratulations and welcome to the NCAA stage.
Welcome back to me. It's so good to be back. Grabe. Ngayon may live audience na tayo. Sobrang happy ko talaga. Sobrang na-enjoy ko again to be here. Yan.
Yes, this is not your first time anymore, so thank you for gracing this court with that incredible performance. Pero let's get to know you even more. Ano ba yung mga sport mo before or any sport you're interested in?
Actually, medyo hindi tayo biniyayaan talaga ng talent sa sports. Pero I must say naman na talagang ang exposure ko talaga sa sports is yung mga naging friends ko of course nung college. So, medyo exposed ako to tennis. And ngayon meron kasing bagong sports. So, merong paddle, pickleball. So, yeah. So, medyo ang natutunan ko rin talaga from there is yung discipline din talaga nila eh. I think yun yung pinaka-influence talaga na nakuha ko sa kanila.
Yes, tulad nga lang din namang napapanood natin ngayon, iba ang action when it comes to the sports that you also mentioned. But before anything else, syempre, sigurado ako aabangan ng mga taga-NCAA
natin yan. And also ng mga kapuso, yung magiging projects and performances mo. So go ahead, invite everyone. Yes, mga kapuso, please watch Racing Mamay kasi ako pa ang kumanta ng official theme song ng teleserye. And also, please do support me as I will be releasing some of my singles on the GMA playlist. Again, thank you so much, CNA, for having me. Thank you.
Once again, thank you for that incredible performance, and we'll be back right after this. Back to you, Anton and Coach Hammer.
Thank you very much, Eden. Yep, that was the return of Jennifer Maravilla. We got to talk to her on Game On the last time she was here in season 97 of the NCAA, but that was back in LSGH. Now we are here in front of live fans as the CSB Blazers look to try to figure out this 8-point deficit that they're staring upon right now. Perpetual just came out guns blazing in this play-in game.
Definitely, they played ready, they played loose, and they were well prepared. Aantabayan na natin kung paano ka-counterpunch itong CSB because sila naman ang ginulat ngayon ng Altas.
JP Boral was a player that none of us expected, knocking down 2 triples in the first quarter. Prior to today, just 1 for 5 for the entire season from beyond the arc.
Nakita nga natin a lot of their breakdown pagdating sa kanilang opensa na pupunta sa mga perimeter players, which is the strength of the Altas. Sa kabila naman, empty sets ang nangyayari. Pinupuntahan nila si Gozum, but he opts to pass it and not take it for himself.
Not in this situation, though.
That's the only field goal that he got.
Yan yung kailangan gawin ni Gozum. Over and over again in the second half kung gustong manatiling buhay ng St. Benilde dito sa NCAA Season 97 Men's Basketball. Let's take a look at some of the relevant numbers here at the half. 26 rebounds for the Altas, 15 only for CSB.
9 offensive rebounds, 12-0 second chance points. May mga team na gusto, ang mga nananalo yung gustong-gusto. Paano mo papakita yan? Kukuha ka ng possessions, nakikita natin plus 7 field goal attempts ang Altas kumpara dito sa Blazers, and you can't teach rebounding. You just need to hustle, you just need to get that basketball.
I guess you can't explain it any better than that. I mean, in a situation like this, sometimes it just boils down to who wants it more. You've heard it so many times.
At ito yung mga leading scorers, Anton. 11 points for JP Boral. Jeff Egan with 9 points coming off the bench. Chris Pagaran also coming off the bench with 6 points. Sa kabila naman, JC Cular with 9. Jay Flores with 6 points off the bench. And Will Gozum with a modest 5 points.
JP Boral, just his 8th appearance here in NCAA Season 97. Only started 1 game prior to today's surprise start. Pero balikan muna natin itong key matchup natin. Robin Naive has got to do more for his ball club.
Definitely, Robin Naive is shooting blanks right now. 1 out of 7, 14.3% from the field. 1 field goal, 2 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, and a steal. Sa kabila naman, Jello Razon opting to play second fiddle yun, even third. He sets up the table for their squad. 4 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists.
Jello Razon, not his usual numbers in terms of scoring, but the energy and the leadership, the floor generalship as well, has been present para dito kay Jello Razon. And of course, present today, the Perpetualites. Man, I miss this atmosphere. Mga kapuso na sila.
Definitely. Ito ako naka-heart eh. Naka-heart pa rin mga referees natin eh.
They are aware of the changes dito sa NCAA as we are now being broadcast on the #1 TV network here in the country. Once again, maraming salamat sa lahat ng ating mga kapusong nakatutok ngayon. Anton Rojas together with former NCAA champion strength and conditioning coach, Coach Hammer, Martin Antonio, and we also have Michelle Naldo and Eden Hernandez reporting for CSB and Perpetual respectively. If you're Coach Charles Tew, what do you tell your players to get them pumped up to try to get back in this ballgame?
There is no tomorrow. Plain and simple. You want to go on vacation, you want to go to the beach, not this weekend. That's what you want. Get that W and play for a Final Four slot.
Yan po ang nakataya as we begin the second half of this matchup. Robin Naive starting off strong, Colliar grabbing the miss, and Colliar was fouled as he attempted that putback. Brother Edmundo L. Fernandez, FSC, the president of De La Salle College of St. Benil, sitting right next to Coach Dax Castellano. Maraming nakatutok sa atin ngayon. Former Perpetual Altas player Robbie Clemente nanonood.
Hoy, Robbie! Oh, gusto mo mas matagal? Kuya Noy Javier and Kuya Cake Cuenco. Mga naalala daw niya yung knockout game namin papasok ng Final Four. Beda.
Okay.
Papasok ng finals, Beda Perpetual noong 04.
Barcoma. Martel overshoots that one.
If I'm not mistaken, the Altas made the Final Four.
Hey, we've got Caitlin Stave, Campuso artist, sitting at the VIP section. Of course, you gotta put her in the VIP.
Nawala yung train of thought ko. No. The last time that the Altas went to the Final Four, I think Coach Arik Del Rosario was their head coach.
Ah, wait, no. Coach Frankie Lim.
Coach Frankie.
Yeah,
Coach
Prince
Frankie.
Eze. That was the year that Prince Eze won the MVP.
The MVP.
Yes.
Tama. Inaalala ko eh. Kasi I think yun yung sumunod, di ba? Matagal silang nawala sa NCAA.
Season 94, that was 2018. MVP was Prince Eze. Coach Frankie Lim was the coach. Tonton Peralta and Edgar Charcos were still on the squad.
Tama.
Tsaka bata pa si Jello nun.
Si Jello nga, rotation player eh, di ba? Hindi pa siya yung main guy.
And he was sharing the backcourt with Edgar Charcos that season. Samantala, Colliar knocks down a triple.
Told you this guy needs to be al dente today just for them to have a shot at closing out this game.
And what a start for CSB. Gozum, Colliar, Flores, Lim, and Naive. A 5-0 start for the Blazers. Barcuma, Boral, Martel, Omega, and Razon. The 5 of Coach Mike Sagigit. They're just daring him to shoot that ball. Lim, wild shot and another foul. He will head to the line for 2.
Ito lang yung kailangan gawin ng CSB. That's how they win, with aggression. When they become tentative, nagsisettle sila sa mga long-range shots na hindi libre, but the past few sequences, they've been attacking the basket.
Carlo Lim unable to knock down that first free throw. He's a 55.6% free throw shooter this season. Second free throw. Still no go for Lim. Gozum trying to tap into himself. Martel taps it out of bounds. So it will be St. Benil basketball.
So Anton, nasusustain ng CSB yung kanilang effort. Remember kanina, there was a 4-0 run before the end of the quarter para sa CSB.
Gozum, wild shot, no good. And Martel comes up with the board. Triple on the way. Rebound Colliar. Colliar throws it to Gozum. And that's a rebound by Boral. Razon. Barcuma. Blocked. The ball is loose. Barcuma picks it up. Gives it to Boral. Jumper. And Perpetual starting off misfiring here in the third.
Oh, firing blanks. I think 0 out of 4 to start the quarter, but an offensive foul here on the screen by Will Gozu.
Let's get an update on the Perpetual side as we hear once again from Eden Hernandez.
Yes, Anton and Coach Hammer, kung sistema lang rin ni Coach Mike ang pag-uusapan, hindi na ito bago para kay Barkuma dahil bago pa man siya pumasok ng Perpetual, nakapag-finals appearance na sa team ng Parañaque na pinangunahan din ni Coach Mike noong 2019. But before stepping up to the collegiate ranks, Ray Barkuma used to don a green and white jersey back in high school. Under the solid coaching of Boris Aldeguer, he played with none other than Prince Carlos na katapat at kaposisyon niya na ngayon sa loob ng court. With his outstanding performance all throughout the season, mukhang may baong extra pixie dust ata tong si Peter Pan Barkuma to fly and make those attacks and assists. Back to you, gentlemen.
Grabe yung roots nitong si Joey Barkuma.
Alam mo, Anton, as long as yung dala niyang dust, hindi siya paglalaroin parang Tinkerbell, okay yan kay Coach Mike sa gigit. Kasi madiin maglaro itong si Barkuma and he is well-traveled, as we all know. And the guys who are not the tallest on the court have the biggest chip on their shoulders and the biggest heart. I kid you not.
Prince Carlos hasn't even seen a minute here in this game, Coach Hammer.
And he played well in the first meeting that they had in the elimination round.
Pero malaking bagay na nakapuntos na ang Perpetual dito sa quarter na to. Little fire extinguisher brought out. Coach Boris Aldeguer, of course, former coach of Perpetual as well. Yan, na-coach pa niya si Rafi Inyon. George Allen.
Sabay ko pa yun sila Rafi eh. Kami magkakabatch. Tayo, kabatch natin si Rafi eh.
Grabe siguro yung mga naging banggaan nyo sa ilalim.
Ay, di. Binabanggaan niya si Sam. Ako, nandun ako sa gilid. Si Sam ang kabanggaan ko sa practice. Alam mo, yung, Anton, as we see this technical timeout, ang pinakamahihirap kabanggaan nun, Anton.
Okay.
Hindi naman yung mga, hindi naman sila Gabi, sila Big Bo. Ang mahirap kabanggaan sila Joel Solis, yung mga second string na big guys na enforcer talaga. Yun yung mga nakakapagod banggain kasi pag pinasok, excited din maglaro para mga Omega at Martel.
Coach Oliver Bunyi. The EAC no longer in contention for the Final Four.
A very good big man back in the day when he was still playing in the semi-pros regional basketball.
And incidentally, Perpetual yung naka-eliminate dito sa EAC.
Yung nga yung last ticket for the play-ins, tayong dalawa rin yung tumawag ng laro na yun, Anton.
So, Cadwa is here, Ralph Robin is here, JP Maguliano nandito rin kasama ni Coach Oliver Bunyi. Trying to get a feel of what it's like in this type of atmosphere.
Alam mo sino wala? Si Dean Ariel. Kasi gumagawa ng grades. Gumagawa ng grades.
Oo nga, no? So already getting a head start for their preparations for season 98. Abis off the glass and in for Abis.
Broken play na yun, Anton. Walang napuntahan yung free pass, hindi nakuha yung handoff. Inatake na lang ni Abis. Napaswerte pa yung bank shot.
Culliar, binigay ang bola dito kay Naive. Culliar swings it to Lim. Flores, too strong. Razon comes up with the board. Razon, binigay kay Barkuma. Barkuma, wow, emergency pass to Abis.
Ayan ang sinasabi ko sa iyo, Anton. Nakita mo credit half of that basket kay Lian Martel. Pag nakita nyo on the replay, Martel was running hard. Makikita nyo siya yung nauna dun sa sequence niya. Ito muna yung fake handoff to the attack ni Abis. And then ito, Anton, makikita mo nakaseal si Martel, kaya walang magawa na kuha niya yung depensa. Abis being the secondary guy, filling in the lane and finishing with contact.
And that's why you've got to continue running the lanes.
Oh,
you never know when the ball's gonna end up to you, especially when you have a guy like Barkuma in possession of it.
Lalong-lalo na pagka first big ka. Kasi nabubuksan yung mga driving lanes and filling lanes para dito sa yung mga kakampi.
So after a 5-0 start by the Blazers, Perpetual responds with a 7-0 run. Naive fake, steps back, throws the ball out to Culliar. Nice pass underneath. But Corteza blows the layup, grabs his own miss and puts it back up and in.
Anton, nung laban nila in the elimination round, that zone offense provided a lot of baskets para dito sa CSP. Basag na basag yung zona. And it's interesting, binalikan dito ngayon ni Coach Mike Sagigit in the third quarter. Nagto-2-3 zone siya.
Abis. Short jump hook is good for John Abis.
7 straight points para dito kay John Abis. Off night ngayon si Omega sa opensa. Abis naman na nagsistep up.
Gozum loses control of the basketball.
So nakikita natin ito na laging good habits si mga big guys dito ng CSP. Staying on the gaps as we see this fake handoff on the 3 pass, attacking one-hand shot. Mala Nelson Asaytono. Ay, mga ganong tira.
So in the first quarter, it was JP Boral. Here in the third, it is all about John Abis. Magbabalik po kami.
Narito na ang top 10 plays nitong nakaraang linggo sa NCAA Season 97 Men's Basketball. Simulan natin sa number 10, JL De Los Santos ng JRU. Nagpakita ng matinding depensa. Namangha si Andre Felix at Papa Bear.
Chase down, block!
Kala ko breakaway na eh.
Dito naman sa number 9, Will Gozum umatake mula sa 3-point line, umikot, bumitin sa ere at naipasok ang tira.
Time and hitting the shot.
Binomba pa sa taas.
Here at number 8, yes, Martin and Mikey, you guys are right on. Kasama nga itong pasa ni Ralph Penuela sa ating countdown.
From Penuela.
Tama naman, nakita niya doon. Dito niya pinasa sa kapila. What a pass there.
Sa number 7, Renz Nocom humingi ng clear out.
And of course, in attendance, the first Vice President and Head of Regional TV and Synergy for GMA Network Inc., Sir Ollie Amoroso.
Boss Ollie, good afternoon po. Yung mga kaibigan natin, as we see Sir Ollie, of course, part of the Regional TV family. Mga kaibigan natin from the South, Anton. Alam mo ko, taga Pampanga ko, pero arami nating kaibigan sa Butuan at sa Zamboanga del Sur, sa Alza, group of maayong hapon po. Madaghan salamat sa lahat na nagtanaw ngayong dula natin. Daming mga bisdak na naglalaro ngayon dito sa ating knockout game, Anton. Tsaka yung mga kaibigan natin, yung mga nasa Kalye Liga, maraming salamat po.
Okay, let's get an update on the CSP side with Michelle Naldo.
Anton and Coach Hammer back in the dugout. The atmosphere was rather down as things are not going as expected sa CSP side. Ang sabi ni Coach Charles, he is looking for someone who will rebound for him and ask for adjustments on the top of the line. The coaching staff has noticed that they are trailing behind now because they are allowing Perpetual to get second chance points, and they won't be able to turn things around if they don't share the ball. Team captain JC Collier also tried to lift the spirits of his teammates who have been in a slump. Ani niya, everyone is in this together and they have to show that to each other. So Coach Charles just told his team that they need to prove that they want this more than the other team. Balik sa inyo, Anton and Coach.
And that's exactly what Coach Hammer was explaining at the half. In this type of situation, it's all about who wants it more. And right now, Perpetual showing us that energy and the effort. Abis, binigay kay Martel. Dinabas muna ang bola kay Egan for 3. And Abis will track down the loose ball. Perpetual, the number 3 rebounding team in the league, averaging 47.2 rebounds per game. Egan, short, and the Altas grab another rebound.
Sabi ko sa'yo, Anton, wala na silang pakialam kung sinong shoot. Basta merong na-shoot sa opensa nila, walang problema dito para sa Altas.
Egan, atake. Collier comes up with a steal.
One of the few times na kumuha ng ISO dito, ang Altas.
Gozum. More of that.
Rinse and repeat, that's what he needs to do right now. You need to show up that you're the best power forward in the league.
And Gozum making it difficult for Martel to receive that wild entry pass from Barcuma. Barcuma! Drop pass to Martel. Martel throws it back out. Razon for 3. That would have been huge.
Napatayo tayong dalawa, Anton. Ang ganda ng execution dito ng Altas. Pero ang Blazers,
And that's going to be traveling on Corteza.
napakahirap din kasi talaga, Anton, maglaro ng naka-face mask na. Alam ko, nagawa mo na yan. Nagawa ko na rin yan in a year. Napakahirap. Sinalo ko yung siko ni Arjun sa practice.
Sakit nun.
Basag yung ilong ko.
Ako, siko ni Ivan yung sinalo ko
Ayan o, hanggang ngayon tabingi pa rin Chinapstick na But you gotta give credit din dito kay Miggy Corteza. It's not easy to play on a broken Bruce.
Prince Carlos pinasok sa unang pagkakataon para sa St. Benil. Coach Charles Dew digging deep into his lineup now. And Carlos is tasked to defend. Pagaran. Egan. Binigay kay Pagaran. Pagaran for 3! Chris Pagaran lining it up from beyond the arc.
Dials it and hooks it from a kick-out pass. Pagaran, tama nga si Coach Charles. Mukhang napintahan niya agad dahil na-open Nakikita mo rito, Anton, it's not Razon, it's not Egan, it's not Aurin that's killing CSB. Dahil nakafocus sa kanilang depensa, these guys are unselfish enough to give up the shot to their open teammates.
Wild pass, slipping through the fingers of Naive. And Pagaran will give the ball back out to Barcuma. Pagaran! In and out. Abis, easy put back for Perpetual. And it's now a huge 13-point advantage for the Altas. Timeout CSB.
Mabilis magbago ang mundo at ang daming naiisip ng tao. Hatid ng Next Now ang latest sa science and technology, maging updated sa groundbreaking inventions.
Hello there.
At mga makabagong solusyon sa pang-araw-araw nating pamumuhay.
Actually creates a huge impact.
Tunghayan ang episodes online dahil sa GMA News and Public Affairs Digital. We show you what's next now.
Maraming ingay ngayon sa ating buhay. Kaya, slow down muna tayo.
Sino ka ba?
Kailangan ko ng time for myself.
Wala na akong ginawa sa buhay ko kundi magbanda.
Marami tayong gusto pero hindi naman lahat natin nakukuha.
Care to share?
Kasi syempre, if I have the answer, di ba, ang yaman ko na.
Healthy na kwentuhan?
Tell him na your goal now is to have a house in each.
Yeah.
Komportableng usap.
Well, this is a lot to digest, Hammer. I'll let you get started.
Isa lang ang dapat tignan dito ng ating mga kapuso na nanonood sa kanilang bahay. Tanggalin nyo na lahat dahil malaki lamang dito ng Altas. Nakaka-execute sila sa kanilang perimeter points. Yan yung pang ikalawang punto. Pero yung free throws, wala gaanong nakuhang free throws in the first half ang CSB Blazers. They are leading the league when it comes to free throws. Pero nung first half, Anton, tatatlo lang yung kanilang kinuha. They average 24 free throws. It means hindi sila ganun ka-aggressive kumuha ng contact in the first half.
And you see the huge disparity pagdating sa bench points. And the defense on Gozum just making things difficult for him here this afternoon. Carlos. St. Benil just looking for a ray of hope right now. Jeff Egan bringing the ball down for Perpetual. Sevilla. Abis. Binigay dito kay Barcuma. Egan. Throws the ball to Sevilla. Sevilla to Barcuma. Sevilla bounce pass.
Nasobrahan sa execution itong Altas. But Coach Mike applauding the team dahil walang nag-freestyle. Ganda na sistema na tinatakbo nila ngayon. Very, very disciplined. And two teams that are very well coached and very disciplined.
Bounce pass. Wild shot put up by Sanko. Excuse me, by Flores.
Kahayod Marino sa ilalim, Anton.
Flores started strong actually for CSB in the first half.
6 points in the first half for Jay Flores. Pero ito na, the stark difference of production of points ng magkabilang koponan. CSB need to bleed for points. Ganun lang kasimple. They are bleeding for points. They need to really force themselves into the shaded area. Sa kabila naman, the Altas have been executing to a T what they have been practicing.
Flores. Floater in the lane does not work. Gozum.
Hirap kumuha ng open look dito. CSB, kitang-kita mo ito na walang dead time at yung close out, nakatapat talaga eh. Pag ko-close out sila, kinakain yung space ng mga shooter, kaya lahat contested. Yung mga itinitira dito ng magkabilang koponan, Blazers rather. Ito, no? Ang ganda ng stat na to. Out of the 32 field goals ng CSB in the first half, everything was contested. No clean look.
Cross-court pass. Napunta kay Abis. No-look pass to Sevilla. Sevilla is blocked but fouled.
Nakakatawa itong mga big guys na to. They don't do anything else but their jobs. No post-ups. Just go for the handoff. Roll hard. Wait at that dunker spot for that basketball. Kung may field goal natin, okay. Pag wala, kick out.
Not Sevilla, former De La Salle Zobel Junior Archer, played under coach Boris Aldeguer.
Kaya pala larong Las Piñas talaga yung mga laro nito mga taga-perpetual. Alam niyo yung mga tinatawag na larong Las Piñas, yung pang intergulpihan, yung mga ganong laro. Naalala ko dyan eh, Robin Ronyo. Yun yung mga larong Las Piñas talaga, mga batang perps.
Yeah, Robin Ronyo played under coach Boris as well.
Yep.
Ano yun? Season 85.
Yan.
2009. We turning the clock back a lot today, Coach Hammer.
Sabi ko sa'yo, ready tayo. Ready tayo, partner. Lagi tayo ready.
12-point lead for the Altas. Gozum, binigay kay Naive. Naive overshoots that one. And this is what I was saying about Flores. Napakasipag.
And going back to his Shanghai Shek days, itong si Jay Flores was used to playing 4. Ngayon, kinonvert siya to
there it is again! There it is again! The triangle in full effect for the Altas!
Basic 3 pass. Tinanggal nung simula ng third quarter. They deny that 3 pass, pero mabubutas at mabubutas. And an opportunity, makakakuha ulit ng basket.
And there he is again, Jay Flores is able to score off of that short stab.
And playing more comfortable in his natural power forward position. Ito si Jay Flores.
Egan, binigay ang bola kay Razon. Razon gives it to Abis. Handoff to Razon. Razon stops, pops, and connects!
Masyadong madali, Anton. Masyadong madali. Dahil nakukuha nila yung footwork na kailangan to get a comfortable shot. Yung 1-2 step, kanina pa natin sinasabi, pag nakuha nila doon in stride, madaling umelevate and dominate.
Perpetual coming up big here in this win or go home situation. The triangle offense of Coach Mike Sagigit. Can you believe? Just 2 months of implementing this system and they are executing things almost to perfection. But it won't matter if they can't protect this 12-point lead that they have right now. 59-47 is our score at the end of 3.
Ang GMA at GTV ihatid ang walang pati ng pagbabantay sa boto ng Pilipino. Simula May 9 hanggang tanghaling tapat ng May 10. Tutukan ang eleksyon 2022 sa GMA. Mula sa unang bugso ng balita hanggang sa bilangan ng boto. Sa GTV, walang patid ang pagtutok sa eleksyon mula May 9 hanggang May 10. Sa Double B TV, Regional TV News, Newscast at sa komprehensibong Eleksyon 2022 coverage.
The biggest election coverage from GMA News and Public Affairs. Ito ang Eleksyon 2022. They break the news and give all the updates. They even get inside the mind of the coaches, players, and even the fans. They make...
It is win or go home Wednesday here at the Phil Oil Flying V Center as we take a look at the quarter scoring, and it was really that blazing start by Perpetual that set the tone for this contest.
Definitely +7 in the first quarter and nandudun lang eh. They're executing to the T. Again, the game plan is clicking for the Altas. That's why they have a 12-point lead.
Hello once again mga kapuso sa inyong pagtutok ngayon. Maraming salamat, Anton Rojas.
Coach Hammer.
Kasama si Coach Hammer, Martin Antonio.
Sobrang enjoy. Anton ha, mga nakatutok sa atin from Quezon City. Si Carmina enjoying the action. And sa Osamis, former EAC General Luigi Cuyos is watching the game with his family sa Osamis City sa Mindanao.
Sobrang lalim na ng hugot nito. Publiko now in the game para sa St. Benilde. And they've got to make something happen here. Carlos gives it up to Will Gozum, and that's a foul on Omega.
Another curious thing, hindi pa sinusubukan dito ni Coach Charles si Tane Davis to just
That's right.
to just at least alleviate the physicality. Dahil every time si Will Gozum rolls to the basket, he gets clobbered by at least the 3 guys.
Yeah, Tane Davis from New Zealand, and even Tateshi, the 6'8" Japanese. Marami pa tayong hindi nakikita dito, pero yun nga, publiko suddenly sent in by Coach Charles Dew. Egan, jumper does not work. Gozum comes up with a board. This is Prince Carlos. Marcos gives it back up to Prince. Lim blows by the D, but blows the shot, and so does Gozum. Man, it's been that type of an afternoon for CSB.
Simple lang yung game plan dito ng Altas on Will Gozum. Ito pakikita mo, on his offensive rebound, bilangin mo ilan yung nakapalibot sa kanya. 4 na tao. And every time he jumps, there is contact.
Talagang pinaghandaan, markado itong si Will Gozum.
At saka hindi lang Anton hindi kasi siya katulad ni Justin Arana na kaya mong i-early work dahil karamihan ng puntos ni Arana galing sa poste.
That's right.
Kaya mong saluhin from the half-court line or 3-point area. Si Will Gozum, magaling gumalaw off the ball. So ang nangyayari, bawat atake niya, bawat slide, sinasalubong siya, binabangga in the shaded area.
All right, let's get an update on the Perpetual side as we go back to Eden Hernandez.
Yes, Anton and Coach Hammer in the huddle earlier, Coach Mike mentioned how they need to limit the unstoppable attacks coming from big man Will Gozum. Pinalahanan rin niya ang kanyang players not to give a shooting momentum to the Blazers, lalo na kay Gunner na si Robbie Naive. At the end of the day, Coach Mike's goal is to create a culture on how a true-blooded Perpetualite plays on the court na maipakita ang puso at dugong Perpetual Altas. Dagdag at pahabol rin ni Mark Omega na puso ang puhunan para manalo. Agree ba kayo, Anton and Coach Hammer?
Agree na agree. Lalo na
100%.
Itong si Coach Hammer, kanina pa kinikilig sa mga big men itong si Coach Hammer.
Ay, grabe trumabaho eh. Yan yung, kahit hindi ka pumuntos, kahit hindi ka kumuha ng maraming rebound, basta yung kalaban mo, di rin nakakuha ng rebound at pinaparamdam mo na nandiyan ka. Yun talaga, yun yung puso. Doon mo mapapakita, yun yung puhunan.
Cuevas. Aatras muna, ibabalik ang bola kay Egan. It's a 10-point cushion for the Altas. Razon stops, pops, doesn't drop. Scramble for the loose ball. It is picked up by Gozum. Crucial possession here for St. Benil. Lim, aatake. Lim, binigay kay Marcos. Marcos! Too strong on that reverse.
Masyadong masikip. Maganda. Nakaset up na yung depensa ng Altas. And CSB just needs to run their patterns and get higher percentage shots. Karamihan na nakukuha nila, panay 4 shot.
Razon. Binigay kay Cuevas. Martel has it. Martel, cross-court pass. Egan in the face of Flores. Short on that shot. Cuellar. Basket is good for JC Cuellar.
And somebody who has been playing really well today in this afternoon is JC Cuellar.
JC Cuellar with 16 points. That's a season high.
Yun lang, press
Egan.
Break. Basic na basic. Left guy on the middle. Pass and go. Nalibre si Jeff Egan. Walang last line of defense ng CSP.
So the counterpart of JC Cuellar scores after Cuellar did moments ago. Marcos, hinarangan. Flores, binigay kay Cuellar. Cuellar for 3, no. At babalik ang bola sa Perpetual. There you see JC Cuellar, the captain of CSB. And the captain of Perpetual responds with an uncontested fast break lay-in. Jeff Egan finishing on the break. His team is on top by 10 here in the fourth.
Are COVID-19 vaccines safe? What is climate change? Because information is crucial, we're giving you all the facts that you need.
Anong mga lugar sa Pilipinas ang COVID-free?
Introducing Need to Know, a weekly explainer series from GMA News and Public Affairs.
Here's what you need to know.
Here's what you need to know. Here's what you need to know.
Watch Need to Know, available on GMA News Facebook page and our YouTube channel.
Bahagi ang talino, siguradong gwapong-gwapo. Walang pikon dito. Katuwaan lang at kwento. At pag di ka sigurado, ask mo! Kung last 2 minutes na ng buhay mo, anong gagawin mo? Kakanta o sasayaw?
Sasayaw na lang.
Sasayaw na lang.
Sasayaw.
Sasayaw.
Sasayaw po, sasayaw.
94. Prince Eze was the MVP. Coach Frankie Lim was the coach. Tonton Peralta was still there. Edgar Charcos was still there. You know who else? Who was also there? Yeah, Jello Razon was also there. So he knows what it feels like to be in the Final Four.
And Coach Mike Sagigit was there as an assistant coach.
They know. They know the feeling. And they want to bring it back. That is what they're protecting right now with this 10-point lead.
Akala ko kakantahin mo eh. Bring back that. Hindi ko nakakantahin.
Cuevas. Hesitation move. Throws the ball out. Bagaran. Another one.
Pasado, sigurado. Anton, bakit nga naman hindi?
Chris Bagaran with 12 points, 2 out of 3 from beyond the arc.
Yan talaga eh, meron kang nagsimula ng bural, tapos may Bagaran ka na inaasahan. Bigat nun ha, 20 puntos mahigit na yung dalawa combined.
Jeff Egan, he's the high point man for Perpetual with 13. And that is a foul on Davis, the guy that you mentioned just moments ago.
They need some physicality as we see this. Kick out. Saktong-sakto. Diretsong-diretso yung 3-point shot na yun. Ni Chris Bagaran. Grabe no, yung mga katawan ng mga player na itong Perpetual. Para mga Bauzon lahat yung build, no? Matatangkad na lanky.
Here's a steal by Corteza. Corteza scores all the way. Let's go quickly now to Michelle Naldo.
Anton and Coach Hammer, bigay na yung Blazers dito sa bench ngayon. Ang hanap lang talaga ni Coach Charles mula sa kanyang kumpanan ay yung mga rebounds and also getting the stops dahil without that, they won't have a chance to turn their plays into points. Ngayon, when asked what is inspiring the team to keep going, ano nila, they're playing for AJ who isn't here, for their coaches who have done a lot for them, for the community who has been tirelessly supportive, and higit sa lahat, they're playing for each other and all their sacrifices this season. Anton and Coach, kahit anumang mangyari today, they want to show their love for the ball game and their gratitude to everyone who has helped them get to where they are now. Pero hindi pa tapos ang laban ngayon at meron pa silang maibigay, kaya abangan natin kung saan ito pupunta. Balik sa inyo.
Well, ang gusto puntahan ng CSB ay ang Final Four, a place they haven't been in since 2002. Corteza mukhang natamaan na naman sa kanyang ilong.
Oo. On that box out sequence. But again, Anton, that's the risk that you're going to take. You play with a broken nose, you wear your face mask, it might get hit. And the action was a box out ni Sevilla. Both of them are grabbing and grappling each other. So, matatamaan at matatamaan.
He's nodding his head, so that's a good sign. Pero yun nga, that's the risk you decided to take when you stepped on the basketball court in that uniform.
With a hit like that, alam mo naman, Anton, pagka tinamaan ka na ganyan, pwede mo namang, ito, makikita natin on the box out, kita mo nakakapit kasi silang dalawa eh. They're grappling eh. They're grappling and it's an inadvertent elbow. Kasi siya yung nakakapit din eh. Kinapitan niya si Sevilla, ang gagawin ng tao na kumukuha ng rebound is pipiglas. So magpipiglasan kayong dalawa.
Four minutes and 56 seconds. Yan ang oras na natitira dito sa fourth quarter. It's a 9-point lead for the Perpetual Altas.
So double foul ang tinawag dito, Anton, for Sevilla. Ito si Nat Sevilla at si Miggy Corteza.
So they were battling for that rebound.
Sama yan, Anton. Alam mo, pag may injury ka na, tapos naglaro ka, that's the risk. Kung tamaan. Naka-face mask ka na. Kung tatama, gusto mo manalo, laro. No excuses.
Abis. Binigay dito kay Barcoma. Barcoma bounce pass to Razon. Razon to Martel. Fakes, fires. And will head to the line for two.
Sabit. Good pump fake. Ito naman yung strength ng mga big guys ng Perpetual. For some odd reason, Anton, pag nakuha nila yung bola, tapos may shot blocker, pump fake. Si Omega, itong si Martel, laging habit nila yan.
Missing on the first free throw was Martel. Itong si Martel only averages 14 minutes per contest. Today, he has played 26.
And he played 24 last game. And his minutes peaked the past 3 games na nagpapapanalo sila. Dahil ginagamit na nga sila ng sabay ni Mark Omega.
8 rebounds and 4 points today for Lian Martel.
Kapakapalang din si Coach Mike. Dahil ngayon si Abis ang magandang laro, siya mas babad.
Scramble for the loose ball. Martel saves it to Pagaran. It is Perpetual basketball. Razon. Binigay dito kay Abis.
Mismatch.
Abis! Making it look easy.
Masyadong maliit yung nasa harapan niya. Si Robin Ivy, who is playing the two-guard spot para dito sa Binil. Then turn and shoot na lang yun.
Naive. Too strong. Rebound, Pagaran. Razon. Oh, wait, too late to throw that ball up ahead.
Alam mo, Anton, itong mga offensive sets ng CSB 1 and done as we see this turn and shoot. Sabi nga ni Papa Bear, pag mas maliit yung bantay mo, hindi mo na kailangan araruhin. Jump shot na lang over the defender.
Timeout CSB.
Black Olivario puts it up driving and scoring off the glass.
Mga kapuso, ngayon na tapos na ang elimination round ng men's basketball, silipin natin kung sino-sino sa inyong mga paboritong manlalaro ang bumida sa iba't ibang statistical categories sa NCAA Season 97.
As Calma putting on the moves on Arana.
I like this matchup between Calma and Arana first.
Pagdating sa scoring, numero 1 ang power forward ng San Sebastian College Recoletos Golden Stags na si JM Calma.
Puts it on the floor, fake, turns, fires.
Saktong-sakto yung pagpasok ng mga Perpetualites ngayon.
Mahirap kalaban yung crowd ng Perpetual. Mahirap kalaban yan.
Yeah, we talked about all season long how Perpetual is arguably the most conditioned team in the league. But when you talk about the student support, Perpetual is also at the top.
The most conditioned din. Kasi galing bakasyon itong mga to eh. Tapos buong game, di tumitigil.
Grabe. At talagang multiple buses ang kinailangan ng Perpetual para mapunta sila dito.
Definitely. And lahat vaccinated. Kasi everybody's been checked here and enter without a vaccination.
Meanwhile, Naive with a much-needed triple. This one's not over yet.
Tikit lang to, Anton.
This one is not over yet.
Mahaba pa yan. 3 minutes and 23. You get Robin Naive going. In the final 3.5 of this ball game, magiging iba yung kwento dito. And they force a turnover. One more.
Gozum. Look at the defense. Talagang inaabangan. Itong si Will Naive. Another one from beyond the arc. It is short sa pagkakataon na yun. Razon all the way! Oh no. Naive is on the floor. There was a collision on that drive with Razon.
Oo, dahil dun sa pag-atake, kung muna crash for the rebound, itong si Barkuma, dinabag sa kanya si Robin Naive. So we gotta see that sequence. Kasi walking gingerly si Robin Naive.
And you already mentioned that he has a torn ligament on his
shooting hand.
As you see, it is wrapped.
Heavily taped. Ito yung nangyari, Anton. So on the layup, so natisod itong si Barkuma ni John Abis. Di naman sadya. Both of these guys are just going for the rebound. And we know Robin Naive. He's been playing on a torn hand. He'll play the last 3 minutes of this ball game.
And he looks like he's built like a mini SUV.
Oh, definitely. So compact SUV pala yan, no, Anton?
Grabe yung kaha eh. Lim, tumira sa labas. Razon comes up with a board. The clock is ticking for St. Benil. Barkuma runs into Lim and he is shaken up. But he told Coach Mike Sagigit, don't take me out. I'm not sure if he can hear out of that left ear itong si Ray Barkuma.
Oh, solid kasi yung pagkakapangga sa kanya ni Carlo Lim.
So Cuevas will come in for Barkuma for safety purposes.
This was called an offensive foul. And a much needed stop for the Blazers.
Naive. Must score possession for CSB. Naive. Short. Rebound. Razon. Rebound. Razon. Another rebound for Jello.
Hindi man ganun karami ang pinuntos ni Jello Razon, but his all-around game is stellar today.
8 rebounds, 2 assists. Excuse me, 3 assists for Jello Razon. Pero yung 8 rebounds, he only averages 6.2 rebounds per contest.
of the better rebounding guards. At alam mo, Anton, for context, para sa mga kapuso natin na nanonood, pag malakas rebound yung mga gwardya, mas madaling fast break. Kasi hindi natatalon yung bola. Pag nakuha na, dire-diretso ng tatakbo, rat-rat na agad sa offense. Madali na kayo makakapuntos.
Egan. Abis being defended by Marcos. Marcos giving him a lot of respect now. Razon. Fade away. Razon gets the basketball back.
9 boards.
You can't even hear the whistle anymore, my friend.
Pero pagsak dito si Colliar. And JC Colliar experiencing cramps. And the technical foul has been called on Coach Charles Chu. And he has been asking for a traveling call.
Coach Charles Chu, his first season as the head coach of the CSB Blazers. Let's take a look at Colliar here. Oh, he was already signaling that he was suffering from cramps.
So team captain JC Colliar experiencing cramps on his right leg. Yan, kitang-kita natin. It's just a fatigue. And
well, he played a hell of a game though.
Extended minutes siya ngayon. He's been playing extended minutes.
26 minutes, 18 points. That's an NCAA career high. 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, and 1 steal for JC Colliar.
Across the board, brilliance para kay Colliar. And he has been the lone bright spot in this ball game para dito sa CSB.
First free throw is good for Jello Razon.
So yun yung technical free throw, Anton. And then this, inside the final 2 minutes of our game, it's in double digits now. So one more free throw coming up dahil technical foul yan. Ito yung si Colliar getting paunang lunas. First aid for cramps. At the end of the day, it's just fluids and eats some salty stuff. Yan.
You know, it's so crazy looking at the journey of Perpetual this season. There was a time in the tournament where Perpetual was 2-5 and CSB was 4-1. And now Perpetual has a 13-point cushion and could be moments away from a return trip to the Final Four. Jello Razon and the Perpetual Altas beating LPU last April 24, beating EAC last April 27, and then eliminating Arellano last Sunday. It is Perpetual basketball. They are looking to eliminate the College of St. Benilde in what is their 3rd straight win or go home contest. CSB in search of a miracle. Cuevas, binigay kay Egan. Egan to Cuevas. Omega wants it in the post. Cuevas will shoot from the corner. And it looks like that's going to be a foul on Abis.
Shots for Ahoy Marcos.
But CSB just horrific today, especially in the rebounding department. 50-37 is the disparity.
Rinabaho talaga sa ilalim ng Altas.
Coach Mike Sagigit calls a timeout with 1:20 remaining here in the fourth.
Iba-iba tayong mga Pilipino. Magkakaiba tayo ng pinanggalingan.
Matatagpuan tayo saan man sa mundo.
Magkakaiba tayo ng estado sa buhay.
Magkakaiba tayo ng salita.
At kulay sa politika.
Pero magkakatulad ang pangarap natin.
Para sa Pilipinas.
At sa bawat Pilipino, disente at ligtas na buhay.
At magandang kinabukasan.
Nasa ating lahat ang responsibilidad.
Sa bawat kandidato.
Sa bawat botante.
At sa mga tagapagbalitang gagabay sa desisyon ng mamamayan.
Para makamit ang pangarap ng ating minamahal na bayan.
Kaya ngayong eleksyon, maging tapat, mapanuri at patas.
Sa isip, sa salita at sa gawa.
Lahat tayo dapat totoo.
The GMA News and Public Affairs Election 2022 Advocacy.
Final four, but CSB still has 1:20 to change things.
Mahaba pa yan, Anton, but they need to make their shots. Plain and simple, the shots are there, the attempts are there. You gotta make it. Simple-simple lang yan. You gotta make your shots. Pero, hindi nagiging simple dahil contested lahat ng itinitira nila.
Bola ng Perpetual. CSB employing a full court man-to-man. And that's a foul on Marcos.
Halos akapin na ni Makoy Marcos nung si John Abis.
So that puts CSB in the penalty. Perpetual, as a team today, not very good from the free throw line. 8 out of 14.
Ito si John Abis, Anton. Double-digit on points, 4 boards, and key stat, 5 assists. 5 assists playing that pinch post. Mabilis na release ng bola at napupunta dun sa mga scorers nila. Yung mga puntos yan galing sa broken play.
And prior to today's 5 assists, Coach Hammer, John Abis has tallied the total of 8 assists throughout the entire season.
So 50%, mahigit. Nung kanyang former production, nagawa ng 62.5% ng season total niya, nakuha niya ngayong araw lang na to.
Sumabit si Jello Razon. So this is going to be 3 free throws for Robbie Naive, who is at the line for the first time in this contest. First free throw is good for Naive, who is shooting 73.5% from the free throw line here in season 97. Second free throw is up and in for Naive.
Another vastly improved player, scorer, playing through injury itong si Robbie, because tinahanap ko yung rason kung bakit siya nagkaroon ng shooting slump. Because the looks are there. Yung nagka-injury siya, yung nagsimula yung tatlong sunod-sunod nilang talo after winning 4 straight.
Oh, is that a... Let's see where the possession arrow is pointing towards. This could be a huge break for CSB. So the referees will review it. This could be huge if CSB is able to get possession here and knock down an early basket. Panoorin natin sa replay. Egan throws the ball inbounds. Hindi nasalo ng maayos ni Abis.
As the old adage goes, you touch it, you catch it.
So it will be St. Benilde basketball. Coach Charles Tew drawing up a play. A potential game-changing play right here. Carlos to Gozum. Ooh!
Nicely executed baseline out of bounds play. Shooter going out. Curl ang big guy inside. Sorry miss. Niluwa lang yung tira ni Will Gozum, but he earns 2 free throws.
Gozum, another double-double. 6 double-double this season to be exact. 11 and 13. But the number of field goal attempts for Will today, just 8.
Mababa yung field goal attempts. Again, kumukuha sila ng puntos on the free throw line. That's the characteristic of this CSB squad. Doon sila nakakakuha ng puntos, and when their three-point shooting clicked, when they were making at least 5 to 6 three-pointers a game, doon sila nakakuha ng sunod-sunod na panalo.
Hey, Will Gozum has not missed from the free throw line today. 6 out of 6.
That's a trademark of a good scorer. But the attempts are not there. So back to the drawing board. If the Altas move forward, it will be a very interesting offseason para sa Blazers.
Omega. Oh, CSB really playing the foul game. Coach Charles Tew really living and dying right now with, well, it's hack all the bigs of perps. Yun ang nangyayari ngayon.
Dahil, Anton, hindi ganun kaganda ang percentages ng Altas when it comes to free throw shooting. So, makikita natin, Anton, hindi ganun ka consistent from the line ang Altas.
Again, to those who are wondering, if you guys just tuned in, Kim Aurin did not play today. He is out with chickenpox. AJ Benson from CSB suspended because of that play earlier. That play against the Sunbeta game earlier was explained by Coach Bai Cristobal.
So interesting to, Anton. Shooting only 68% throughout the season as a team. Itong Altas, it's not that bad, but you play your cards right. That 30% chance might help you, might bode you well. Sugal na yan mas mababa ka na sa 1 minuto.
17 seconds to shoot.
Gozum.
As a travel. Anton, nakikita mo yung difference. Arana, hinandle nila from the half court, binabangga na. Dito si Gozum, binabangga nila pagpapunta sa spot, and then pagka umabot na siya doon sa scoring spot niya, it's either a smaller guy taking away the space or the big guy bumping him even further from the basket. Kasi si Gozum hindi mabigat Si Arana mabigat na malaki.
Are they gonna foul again? Well, after Omega hit those 2 free throws, maybe not. Unless a big. Well, Omega's the only big right now on the floor. Talagang nagbago ng personnel itong si Coach Mike. Oh! An offensive foul called on Egan.
Might be the longest 50 seconds sa coaching career ni Coach Mike sa gigit ngayon.
And it also stops the momentum of Perpetual because this is a team that loves to run.
If there is a team that loves to ride the momentum, it is them, especially on defense. Pag nakakakuha sila ng momentum from their defensive stops, ang hirap pigilan.
Carlos for 3. In and out. Omega comes up with a board and he is fouled right away.
Bawal malambot dito ngayon sa mga itong final minute. Hahaba tayo ng hahaba dito.
Omega, 2 out of 2, and Will Gozum charged with the personal. He has fouled out of the game. Will Gozum, 13 points, 13 rebounds, and 2 blocks in 29 minutes of play. The former juniors MVP when he played for the Malayan Red Robins back in NCAA season 93.
Those are not pedestrian numbers, but we know that Will Gozum is capable of carrying more load. Lalong-lalo na on a knockout game. But you gotta give credit to the Altas. They took him away from his spots. Kaya hindi niya pinipilit din yung mga field goal attempts.
Shooting 2, Mark Omega.
Robbie Naive just trying to motivate his teammates. Sanko, Flores, Carlos, and Publico.
Ito si Mark Denver Omega. Kanina, Anton, maaga yan nandiyan dyan. Nagpi-free throws na nagpi-free throws. Before, I think before our pre-production meeting, nandiyan dyan. And yan lang yung tinitira niya. Wala siyang ibang ginagawa kundi mag-free throw lang.
At ngayon lang siya pumunta sa free throw line dito sa fourth quarter. This is his 4th free throw right now, taken in the contest, and he has not missed. Blazers need to make something happen. Carlos, triple attempt, short again. And Egan picks up the loose ball. Barkuma, fouled by Sanko.
Dito ka na maglalaro ng segundo, Anton. If you're the Altas, you just want CSP to set up. You want them to burn the clock for you because if they don't make a shot, they would be fouling you.
All right, both teams still have 1 timeout each. 28.1 seconds remaining. And that right there is a short summary of what just happened today in this play-in game. Perpetual just quicker to the basketball as compared to CSP.
Extra hustle, extra effort, and that's how you get extra lives in the NCAA. You just gotta leave it all on the floor.
The Perpetualites, I'm already seeing some of them standing up because they want to celebrate. First Final Four since season 94.
Nakatayo na rin tayo kanina pa.
Naive, blocked by Omega. Well, CSB only 2 graduating players, AJ Benson and Tateshi. Unfortunately, Benson has ended his one-and-done stint here in the NCAA. Unable to help the Blazers today, serving that 1-game suspension. And Coach Mike Sagigit, in his first season as the head coach of the Perpetual Altas, has leveled up and has led the school back to the Final Four.
Great game plan, great effort, but you would go back to the drawing board because as you win this play-in game, your reward will be facing the reigning and defending NCAA champions, the Letran Knights.
And you know what? Coach Mike Sagigit, with that type of mentality and hustle,
Laban yan!
they would be more than happy for the honor to take on the Letran Knights.
Laban yan. Sure ball.
And again, when we found out from Eden's report earlier that Kim Aurin would not be playing, what did we say? There would be no excuses from both sides.
Next man up, and the players just stepped up big time para dito sa Altas.
And this was this layup by the team captain, Jeff Egan, after the stop-and-pop jumper by JC Cuellar on the other side.
And that broke the CSP press because they've been playing well, pressing during that sequence.
Final score, 76 Perpetual, 64 for the CSB Blazers. This game was fueled by Gatorade. And Perpetual has booked the last remaining ticket to the Final Four. And like you said, we'll be playing against Colegio de San Juan de Letrán.
It will be a highly physical game, but they will be up to the task, and we shall see. As the first challengers in the Final Four sa kampyonato ng Letran, mukhang magiging interesting na matchup yan.
Coach Mike Sagigit, what a journey for him. I remember sinasabi niya nung natatalo sila, hindi siya makatulog eh. He was waking up in the middle of the night thinking of how to help his team, to lead his team, to guide his team when they were in a slump.
Ngayon, hindi na natutulog yan si Coach Mike dahil he is preparing a splendid game plan, and you gotta commend the coaching staff and the players for the buy-in. Sinasabi nga ng mga coaches, yan ang pinakamahirap, yung buy-in ng mga players sa sistema mo.
Ito ata. Ayan po mga kapuso, you just heard the alma mater hymns being sung by the teams in both communities, and the Perpetual Altas will advance to the Final Four after eliminating the College of St. Benilde 76-64. What a journey for the Perpetual Altas, a team na hindi masyadong pinag-usapan nung nagsimula itong NCAA Season 97, pero sila po ay naniwala at ngayon ay babalik sa Final Four for the first time since NCAA Season 94. And with us today, kailangan natin i-congratulate ito, ang winning coach, Coach Mike Sagigit ng Perpetual Altas. Coach Mike, congratulations!
Ay, maraming salamat.
Ano masasabi mo? Nandito lahat ngayon ng mga Perpetualites, sinuportahan kayo at ngayon nanalo kayo. Dominant win kontra sa CSB.
Unang-una sa lahat, doon ako magpapasalamat doon sa coach natin sa taas eh. Because kung wala yon, hindi magkakaroon ng NC. Hindi namin ma-experience itong mga ganitong nangyayari sa amin, which is talagang sobrang pinasasalamat ko doon sa taas na hindi kami pinabayaan dito sa journey namin season 97.
Coach Mike, pinag-uusapan natin off the record yung mga adjustments na gagawin mo. Ang ganda ng adjustment ng 3-pass ngayon. Butas, napapansin namin ni Anton, pati yung mechanics ng mga wings. Coach, ginawa niyo yan nung una yung matchup, hindi kumagat. Ano yung nagbigay sa inyo ng kumpiyansa para balikan yung sistema na i-engage natin yung 3-pass?
Kasi yung past few games namin, masyado kaming naghahanap ng execution na minsan dumadating na kami sa maling execution. So, we polish everything. Sabi ko sa kanila, going up against LPU, EAC, and then Arellano, sabi ko, CSB, yan yung team na masarap kalaro kasi well coached and everything. Maganda yung ginagawa ni Coach Charles Chute sa team niya. Sabi ko, dito ko sila challenge. Sabi ko, now, ipakita natin kung anong meron sa sistema natin. Hanapin natin kung ano yung sistema natin, sumandal tayo doon. And salamat sa Diyos na na-workout namin, na-execute namin ng maganda.
Coach Mike, against Arellano, EAC and LPU, nanalo kayo 3-game winning streak. Meron kayong Kim Aurin na nag-average ng 17.3 points per game nung 3-game winning streak nyo ngayon. Nagulat kaming lahat nung nalaman namin na hindi maglalaro si Kim Aurin. Kailan nyo po nalaman na hindi siya makakalaro today at paano kayo nakapag-adjust?
Even me, hindi ko alam kung anong kondisyon ni Kim eh. Pagkagising, Pagkagising ko, wala raw Kim Maureen.
May bulutong na lang.
Sabi ko sa kanila, sabi ko sa mga coaches ko, sabi ko sa mga players, huwag na nating intindihin, hindi na natin maibabalik yan kako eh. Pag nag-focus pa tayo dyan kako, baka pati yung laro natin mawala tayo. Sabi ko sa kanila, maglaro tayo ng para kay Kim Maureen. Let's give it to him. Eh yun, nag-respond naman yung mga players natin.
Ang lalim ng bunot niyo, Coach. JP Boral.
Wow, yun.
Binigyan niyo ng pagkakataon. Simula ng laro, ginulat tayong lahat. Coach, nakita natin gaano ka-ready to. Kanina nga nung warm-up, yung conditioning coach niya sinasabi, secret weapon. Ganun ba ka-secret si JP?
May mga games na lumabas na siya eh. Kaso nga lang, talagang if Kim Maureen is here, iba yung...
O kakain ng minuto
kakain talaga ng minuto eh. Sabi ko sa kanya, pagka after nga ng game, kinakausap ko yung bata. Pasensya ka lang, darating ka. So ngayon, ayan na, nagpakilala. JP Boral, in the house.
Yeah, in the house indeed. Grabe yung 8 points na pinakawalan niya no first quarter. Nag-start siya para sa'yo, Coach Mike Sagigit. Parang hindi nawala yung Kim Maureen. Ngayon, Coach Mike, makakalaban nyo, Letran, I want to get your thoughts on that. And after that, you can greet everybody who are supporting you.
Going up against Letran, siguro naman sa lahat ng teams dito, yun ang gustong makalaro. Barometer of the league, number 1 team in the league. Siya yung wala, unscratched, di ba? Unscratched, talagang walang talo. Kumbaga, it's a privilege to play with them. Good coaches, good players. Sasabihin ko sa mga player ko, i-enjoy nyo yung opportunity to play against Letran. Alam ko naman yan, pag masaya yan, medyo nag-iiba yung takbuhan sa loob ng court.
Okay, ngayon naman puntahan natin si Eden Hernandez na kasama ang ating best player of the game, si John Avis.
Yes, Anton, kasama ko nga ngayon ang ating best player of the game, none other than John Avis. First of all, John, congratulations on your big win. Before no eliminations, tinambakan kayo ng Blazers. How does it feel now you have entered and secured your spot in the Final Four?
First time ko, yung ibang teammates ko, coaches ko rin, na makapasok sa Final Four. Siyempre, simula ngayon, mag-celebrate muna kami, then bukas mag-hard work ulit sa aming ensayo para sa laban na Letran, na defending champion.
Alright, before I let you go and celebrate, baka may gusto kang batiin at pasalamatan, go ahead.
Una-una lahat, thank you sa Perpetual Community, thank you kay Sir Gusi, thank you sa Tamayo, kila boss, and thank you sa mga boss ko sa Monte, kila Coach Jack, kila Coach Bobet, and Emeralds Basketball, and thank you din sa mga sumusuporta na taga Laguna, and yung mga sa nanay ko, tatay ko, and sa girlfriend ko.
Once again, our best player of the game, John Avis. At mga ka-NCAA, kung may mga gusto ko yung questions and challenges na gusto nyo itanong sa ating players, just use the hashtag NCAA Season 97. Back to you, Anton and Coach Hammer.
Stat, as Coach Hammer mentioned moments ago, yung 5 assists ni John Avis. Really making a huge impact here in this contest.
At you gotta give a big hand dito sa mga big guys ng Perpetual. They played their guts out and they provided the much-needed toughness to go up against the talented front line of CSB.
So ayan na po, Perpetual surviving their 3rd straight win-or-go-home contest.
Pangatlong sunod!
Pangatlo. They eliminated CSB, they eliminated Arellano, and they eliminated CSB, a team that was once 4-1 here in Season 97. The cast is complete, mga kapuso. Our Final Four will begin ngayong linggo as the number 1 team, wala pang talo, Colegio de San Juan de Letran Knights, defending champions, take on this motivated Perpetual Alto squad of Coach Mike Sagigit. 4-game winning streak. That is our first game. We have game on in between, and following that matchup, we have the number 2 ranked Mapua Cardinals taking on Sunbury University Red Lions.
4th straight game with back against the wall, the Altas going up against the defending champions, and of course, San Beda looking for retribution. against the Mapua Cardinals.
So ayan po mga kapuso, the stage is set. You know where to go, you know where to be this coming Sunday because it will be the Final Four of NCAA Season 97. Once again, Perpetual prevailing over CSB. Final score, 76-64. John Abbas was our player of the game, top scoring for the Altas with 14 points. And don't forget his 5 crucial assists. For my partner, Coach Hammer, Martin Antonio, Michelle Naldo, and Eden Hernandez who reported for CSB and Perpetual respectively. Our director, Abet Ramos, Marivic Araneta, Ms. Jennifer Jimenez, Letske Hinan, and of course, Sir Vic Caridad. Everybody, Sir Oli Amoroso, who was here today. I'm Anton Rojas saying maraming salamat po sa inyong pagtutok at magkita-kita muli tayo sa darating na linggo para sa pagpapatuloy ng ating coverage. It is the Final Four of men's basketball here in Season 97. Stronger together, buo ang puso!